Hey, 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 everybody. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Fantastic, thank you.
Joyous indeed. Very exciting. I'm very glad to get back into it.
Yeah.
When the party last left off, it was around the 21st. The party's splitting up for a bit. Luckily, two of the three general groups has already been established, and they've set their activities for around 3 or 4, potentially 5 days. However, Kaio and Tefrid have a few days in the city, and we have a Bastion turn to have some activities happen. You do not need to make an exploration roll, as that has already been handled, as has the weather. But party actions, it's important to go ahead and declare. That is a little loud.
We took care of lifestyle expenses except for
That is correct.
Aura and Albatross, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys got to subtract whatever money you're spending.
1 gold for me. Just living a normal lifestyle here.
Mm-hmm. And Albatross, how much are you spending?
The exact same.
Alright. Alright, so let's do Bastion actions. Going down the list, Aura.
Of note, the weather this week, or these 2 weeks, is going to be a little on the warm side, especially given, like, that it's getting into Red Bear. And the clouds are rolling in gently, and there's a touch of rain from time to time, but it starts later in the week.
So this is kind of interesting. I had said before that I would keep studying until I got my charisma increase, and I finally got it, so I will be guarding this week. Or this Bastion turn.
Okay.
I have a new thing to be studying towards, so I will be studying.
Golden.
I will be studying.
Sure.
Okay. And then myself and Rat, we are crafters.
Locked in.
Let's see. We need your clothes.
Jasser.
Superb.
Alright, do we roll threat?
We have already rolled
Oh, right,
previously.
Alright, so let's roll our d6s.
Tefred, would you mind rolling me your perception on attempting to understand those thoughts? Barton Tallyhawk, that's not the right character.
That guy's fertilizer.
That guy is fertilizer.
Listen, it likes defaulting me to his token on this page because his token exists.
Oh.
I see.
Perception. There we go.
You are confident that you are confident that there will be no conflict this week, these weeks.
I have foreseen peace in our time. Hold on.
What that manifests as is you are confident in your abilities to avoid any such problems that might arise, and to have the foresight to avoid certain areas that may be bad parts of town, or if you set out improper parts of the road where there may be beasties and bandits.
Alright.
Damn,
You took
Kinda
the
rolled
guard
pretty
action,
well.
didn't you?
No, I took the study action.
Oh.
Kaio took the guard action.
Oh, excuse me.
I was wondering why you were asking me for a
Kaio
perception
sees
check,
all because I'm going to keep the rolls as it was, even though Kaio
good.
was not the one to roll it. It's still a 20 either way.
Yeah. I'm nowhere near as good at this as you are.
But
I'll
luckily
take
a
it.
20 is a 20.
Yeah. We fucking rolled hot on those d6s. Not one of us got below average.
Friend is the only one not to get a 6, and that's because he got a 554.
I got 2 6s.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Nice.
but you did get a 6.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got 2. I didn't get A.
Yeah, you got a 6.
I hate you.
Alright, and with that,
This does not work. I do not vibe with this.
yeah, it's a little bit high energy for what we're doing. First crafting attempt.
So, here's the deal before we get into that. Kaio, Tefford. The two of you have a bit of time as you're getting up in the inn. My friend had left yesterday to go meet up with some people outside the city. It's not entirely clear exactly what the details are, but you know that he's heading out to talk with Aechodon and a few others. Rat and Hiroe have already begun holing themselves up in different locations, doing both research for how they want to try working on their material as well as doing some investigations of their own. So the two of you have some free time to yourselves.
Interesting.
It's a nice bit warmer this week than it was the previous week. It's not hot, but last week it was a bit chilly.
I don't know if Tefford would like to join me in this, but I'd like to do a bit of people watching. I feel like we come and go to the city less often than I'd like, and we're out in the wilderness for weeks on end, so I want to get a lay of the land. How do the people seem? There's been a lot of productivity, a lot of expansion, but how do people seem? How do they feel?
If you invite Tefford, he will join you.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Make a day of it,
Mhm.
find out if there's like a street vendor with food or something. We can kind of go to a public area and just watch. What are people doing?
I can vibe with that. If each of you would mind making me an insight with charisma.
Oh, boy.
One moment, I would also like to specify that while Kaio has invited Tefford to do this, the people that that Tefford is watching is Kaio.
You can make yours with wisdom then if you'd like.
Okay. It is. I believe all three of these rolls are the. Yes, they are all three of them. No, my charisma's dog shit. Cool.
I always watch
Damn, nice.
supremely.
What are you trying to ascertain as you're watching me so closely?
I'm trying to. Let me phrase this in a way that's better than that. The way it popped into my head. Tefford's worried about you, and he's trying to make sure, like, he's just looking for, just any signs of that things that he should be concerned about, things that he could potentially ask when you're feeling less, a bit better.
Oh, wow. What a good guy.
Yeah.
He seems to be really enjoying this. It doesn't seem like he's taking anything seriously. He's, look at that person. They just dropped something.
I knew this already. Enjoys mischief.
It's a pleasant distraction from how serious things have been. But, just kind of looking around the town, what is the
The general environment
like the
is
energy.
one of joy. People are pretty excited about things. There's not a lot of worry in the town. It's the middle to end of the harvest, so people are getting ready to get together and actually start being able to spend time with their family and loved ones, and generally it's a time of merriment. It's going to be fun.
Very nice.
Yeah, love to see it.
Yeah? So what does Kaio end up doing? Anything other than that?
No, he's very happy to make a day of it. Part of it is he feels like he's kind of lost touch with, the pulse of the city. And and so he's using this as an opportunity to kind of get back in the groove of that.
Okay.
He's long-term goal. He would like to create a small cult of Umberly here. So in a way, it's sort of like, how open to that might people be? But
In the landlocked city?
well,
It is on a lake and a big river. Very navigable river.
and beyond that, she's not just wet stuff. She's also mischief, trickery. But the way that he perceives that is sort of like when you have someone who is a domineering ruler or force, it is like it praises and pleases Umberly for those who are technically weaker to like have some form of upheaval, harmless or harmful, to people that are domineering, because it's funny. You've got such a big ego, let's make fun of you. And he thinks that like populist rhetoric, he wouldn't use those terms, can really appeal to people.
Hell yeah.
Very interesting.
But it seems like everyone's happy, so they might not have any interest in such divisive, religious practices.
There's
Gotta
probably
make
a
him
good time
miserable
for it later. If you want,
Exactly,
you can give it
exactly.
you can give. If you want to do a general like vibes check and try being like, hey, is there any way I can attempt to finagle something in? You can try making me a charisma religion if you'd like to
Oh.
do a little bit of preaching, trying to find someone poor and vulnerable.
You know I'm gonna do it. You know I am.
How could anything else possibly happen?
Well, it's a 12. It's not great.
You don't get ran out of the city or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just
You know what
mostly get
sounds really
ignored.
fun?
There's the only moment that really does anything negatively for you is there's a bit of an ego like pain is at one point while you're talking, a mother nearby just like kind of covers the eyes of her child and hurries them along, just trying
Hey.
not to get them to
Yep, it's the same reaction that he had when Rat called her Blubber Bee. She's like, what? Okay. But you know what? It's progress. He's happy to do it.
In the meantime, Rat and Hiroi have some work to do.
I see.
Time to cook.
I assume you were doing this at the forge.
Probably, yeah. We gotta actually get the rivets properly set up.
Makes sense. The other work is already done. So, given that side of things, let's go through step by step, since we need to talk a bit about how the actual, weather works. Currently, the weather, I believe I said, was warm, heavy cloud, if I recall correctly.
Something like that.
Yeah, and it would start raining later in the week. That means there is an additional 1 forge, 1 sky, 1 moth, and 2 moon.
Okay.
I have a certain amount of material that I know is required. You need to try to reach that much aspect in each of the categories, and if you don't, it is only a failed attempt. You do not lose anything that you attempted to use to, like, be additional ingredients. However, if you do end up having a success, those additional ingredients do normally get consumed.
Are there any types of checks that the two of us can perform to see what aspects as a whole are needed for completion?
You'll definitely know after a failure, you'll know. Let's see, before that...
Well, and not the values, just which aspects.
Each of you already know that Rat, can you give me an int?
Yes.
I would like to give you a Fey gift to give you advantage on that.
I don't remember what the keybind is for advantage.
I would always
Neither do
hope to
I.
imagine that Shift would.
Cool.
Nice.
4 and 9.
You definitely know that it requires Forge and Moth.
Wait, it's an ability check. Guidance upon ye.
It is It is Forge and Moth. Morge and Foth.
Forge and moth. The
There
weather
is
is giving.
one ingredient that is not known.
Okay.
However, as players, you might be able to deduce it given certain descriptions.
So, given what we know about the bright wolves, I could see an argument for winter, considering the tying together of moth and winter for
Clarifying.
The kind
Are
of
we
memory.
leather working or rivet making right now?
or trying to assemble.
Yeah,
Oh, we have both
the
of them?
abstraction is either way. You don't necessarily need to turn it into leather, and you don't need to make the rivets. You're making the entire thing. You can do that at either station, and the other part also happens at the same time.
Okay.
This is
'Cause
not
when we
one
were
that
first
requires
talking about it,
multiple.
you were saying that it needed 2 attempts, one to make the rivets and one to make the leather, and then the assembly would happen between the 2 of them. But
So, I have a couple ideas for what the third one could be. I could see heart, because heart is typically of flesh and sinew and that sort of thing.
yeah, because moth
I could
covers
see-
moth already covers the
The kind
ore,
of ego death
the rivets.
aspect of it.
Yeah, and the forge is covering the assembly of it. So I do believe you were correct in that it somehow has to apply to the leather.
That said, I could also see the intent causing the being the source of the third aspect. The intent being Rose because it's meant for Tefrid.
Mm-hmm.
Our
if
scout, our
turning-
navigator, something to keep the scout safe.
Forge is for armor, correct, as well? Or that is scale, actually.
Scale would be the principal aspect of armor, but it would
we
also
are-
be reasonable to assume it's more for metal armors,
Okay.
because that's indirect because scale is that of metal and rock and
Okay.
turtles,
Total. But turtles don't
things
made.
that endure. There are 3 other members who are not me in this party that you can always phone a friend for.
Dude, I don't think anyone knows.
I don't think anybody knows either, but it's fun to talk about it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
potentially.
definitely a
What does
possibility.
everyone think?
Call friend into info dump and then just leave.
Me when I spend
well, you see,
59
it's-
seconds of my 60-minute phone a friend, or my 60-second phone a friend explaining the question.
Screw that. B! They say with the last second remaining.
But
Having
this
knowledge.
is an essay question.
Tefrid, Kaya, friend, what do you guys think about it?
I wasn't in the scene, so I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. What are you? So you have a hide, you have the Starfall, you have Moth and Forge. What else do you need? What's the question?
That's what
here?
we're. So the
Yeah,
question
that's what we're
is,
trying to figure out.
we have all of these materials.
Mhm.
We're basically trying to figure out the recipe. We know that the recipe includes Moth and Forge.
Mhm.
We don't know what the third aspect would be, and we're trying to, based on the intent of what we're making, i.e., studded leather armor,
Mhm.
what that third aspect would be.
Wouldn't it be scale because it's armor?
Well,
We
that
went
would already
through that,
kind
but
of
scale
covered
is-
by Forge.
You think
Scale.
so?
Well, armor is scale, but armor scale because it's metal, it's enduring things. So it would not be the leather armor.
It could be heart for the
Yeah.
light leather armor sort of thing. But my thought is the intent could also make it Rose because it's matching up with Tefrid, the navigator, the something to protect the navigator.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
how
like-
does the item itself play into that beyond the intent that we're making it for? How would rose apply to it at all?
That's a good point. It probably has to be heart.
Yep, my vote would be for heart or scale. I know you don't think scale makes sense, but
Oh, let me look.
If I'm remembering correctly, the small red potion we have does have aspects of heart in it, so we could use that
Yeah.
as a material.
I completely forgot about the small red potion. I think I have it. I think we have it labeled as small red potion.
we do have it labeled as small,
It
and we
could
have like
be-
11 of them or something.
We have
So
a bunch.
Or that's
Well-
like cat's love.
So
Alright.
heart is the skins and the living, and winter is of that which lives no longer. Would a
Winter is
Processed
normally like
leather?
remains specifically.
okay?
Plus,
It's
winter
bones
and,
and corpses and
Winter and Moth also have thematic overlap together with regards to like this sort of recipe. So, since we already have Moth, I doubt we would have Winter.
Or maybe we're thinking about it on the wrong aspect, and we need to cover the aspect of the metal with sky.
That was my thought as well, potentially. But Moth is what's letting us both work with the metal, and Moth is also intrinsic to the Bright Wolves.
Well, if moth is intrinsic to the bright wolves, then perhaps that is the application of the leather, and the moth is not necessarily. So maybe then that would be the moth is applied to the bright wolf hide, the forge is applied to the assembly. Then we're missing something for the ore. Since you said moth is intrinsic to the bright wolves, no?
Yeah, but it could also be multi-purpose.
Well, sure, but like, even if it is multi-purpose, we still fail to have coverage for the ore. No?
Well, if it is something to cover the ore, then maybe it's shit. Let me get on my list.
So what happens if you get the recipe wrong?
We just fail.
We
the
don't
attempt.
really lose anything. But we just have to do it on our
You-
next attempt.
We'll probably learn what the missing aspect is if we fail this attempt.
So
I,
it doesn't.
I say we try. I say we try heart with the small red potion.
Yeah, I don't think that there's really any risk to failure. Just experiment.
The risk to failure is a bunch of time wasted.
Well, we're here for the entire Bastion turn anyway.
Well, sure, but it takes a bastion turn. So it's not that.
it takes half a bastion turn. You get two
Oh,
crafting
okay.
attempts per bastion
Oh,
turn.
okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
So
Sure, why not?
with
We'll
this
try heart.
assumption, which locale are you going to do with the assumption that it is Forge, Moth, and Heart?
So I contribute a lot of
You already
forge
contribute a forge.
by default, and the weather contributes forge as well. So we're up to 4 forge without any additions. So I don't think we need to use a typical forge.
I think we should use
add
the leather
forge.
working station to probably provide heart.
Yeah, to be able to provide heart and moth with items.
Well, Moth is also being provided by the third necessary ingredient for this crafting the spell.
Mm-hmm. But doesn't the small red potion not also add? I don't remember what the small red potion.
No, that's
aspect
Castle of that as Moth.
Yes. I actually also have some of the blood of the corpse eaters that I need to actually determine what the
Ooh.
fucking aspects are on at some point. That is
So
probably stale. That is almost certainly like maybe something. Never mind. I don't know actually.
That said, I think we know that the small red potion provides a decent amount of heart, so let's do leather working station, small red potion.
Would you like to add
Yeah, let
a
me-
second ingredient since you have 2 flexible ingredient slots?
There's no reason not to.
Let's add. Do we want to add the corpse eater blood, or do we want to add?
Oh no, you can add the same
capsule.
ingredient multiple times if you'd like.
Yeah, but
if
that's
we
boring.
add an ingredient, will that work towards determining what is in it too?
What do you mean?
So, like, I have a vial of corpse eater blood. We have no idea what any of the things, what the aspects
Yes,
are.
even
we
if
add it in a
it's
crafting
not
attempt.
identified, it will contribute its aspects.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if it will help us learn what the aspects in it are, even if it fails.
I mean, indirectly. You can attempt to induce it, or I guess that would be deduction.
Yeah, like if it turns out that we need heart and it doesn't get us there, then we can deduce that it probably doesn't have heart.
I just didn't know if it
Or
had
not
a
enough.
discovery process kind of thing to it, like a literal gamification systemization, and not like a, oh well, it didn't work, so shrug. So the answer is no, it does not.
Right. There's no explicit. Generally, it is difficult to identify aspects of materials outside of the ones that you have your specializations in. So currently the party is able to identify 6 aspects. Forge, edge, sky, moon, scale, and rose.
That will increase the more Rat crafts.
And the more the rest of us do stuff as well.
Well, Rats specifically.
I know.
His sig. But
Right.
sure, we can do 2 potions, just because that's probably most likely to give us the things that we actually need. And if it doesn't, then we don't.
Sure. I was
Eating
thinking
'em.
1 potion and the corpse eater blood is.
The problem is the Corpse Eater Blood is just a massive gamble that we get nothing
Yeah,
from.
That's fair. Okay.
How many
2 potions.
How many red potions do you have anyway? Because I think you rolled it
9.
twice. Yeah, you got a lot of them.
Alright. Let's go gambling.
Yeah,
We don't even know what drinking the potions does.
yeah. I mean, half of it
I don't wanna find
is
out.
like half of
We've
it
had
is
these for
like
a
that is
year
part
and a
of
half in
the.
game.
Sorry, you first, Alba.
I was supposed to say, we've had these potions for like a year and a half in game or something like that, right? We've had these for a long time.
I mean, that is part of why I like this system, is it allows you to turn anything that you don't feel like using into something useful without just
know,
having to
people-
sell it.
We haven't even tried using it. We don't know what these do.
Well, do you want to drink something weird you've never seen? Like, where's the, I don't know, the alchemist? Explain this potion to me. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Hello, potion seller.
Random.
Potion seller.
Alright,
Alright, so we've got that. We've got our recipe chosen. We have the weather set. I've got those 2 tallied. We've got 2 forge and 1 edge from Rat. We've got 1 sky from Hero A. We're at a leather working station, a basic one, so it is adding 1 of each of those. We have the requisite materials with the each of the leather
Should
and
I change my
the.
sheet? I have recorded 3 forge, 2 edge, and I don't remember
Okay,
why.
you're probably right. You're probably right.
I just don't remember when or why it was there. It's just yeah, that is what is written down.
It's probably because you did your crafting and you leveled it up. That's your special thing.
Now we got Starfall Ingot, we have Bright Wolf Hide, and we've got Fleeting Suppression
Right.
as necessary
up this
ingredients.
And then 2
crafts now.
potions. That is a success.
Delicious.
Yippee!
Now, I'm going to leave it unidentified, and I'd like it only to be identified when Tefrid actually takes a look at it. So
Perfect.
Tefrid, unless you guys would like to go through the process of me literally giving it to, like, Rat or Hero and then giving it to Tefrid?
I don't want to actually be able to present it to him as part of a scene.
Alright. I will mark this as...
Because, like, we've been hyping this up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I would
I like to think that in the process of forging, Rat is actually able to do it much faster while begrudgingly accepting Hiroe's help, because despite his, headstrong nature, he's actually starting to rely on you to hold things and carry things and direct you at things more, instead of immediately dismissing your help in a lot of these things, because he already needs your help, but like it's actually going much faster for him at this point, so he's like
And it's helping us make the most of the hour-long duration of Fleeting Suppression. I imagine that's how he's justifying it to himself.
basically you've gone from a hindrance to a help.
Congratulations,
I am
you've been
greatly
promoted.
honored.
You've been promoted to tool.
I am honored.
Joyous. Now, this is probably on the 22nd, so it's before Heroes and Rat's final big adventure of their days, going out in their other session. So, Hero, you have returned from a day's work at the leathery, as has Rat on your shoulder. You both look not exhausted, but you do look worn. It's been a real day's work. Tefert, Kaio, what are you doing at home as you're resting in the evening?
I have probably picked up on the fact that Tefert is trying to get some kind of information from me, and so I am in the same space as him, just kind of awkwardly avoiding the conversation.
Tefert is practicing his Draconic on Kaio. It does not sound like anything like Draconic.
Does Kaio speak Draconic?
No, I don't. You're doing great.
I don't know
Fantastic
what
work.
Draconic sounds like, but it doesn't sound like that.
I don't know. Usually when Rat is yelling at me in Draconic, it sounds angrier.
I think that's the emotion. Do you think the guttural sounds are like part of it?
I think it
Or do
might
you think
be.
that's just like the anger? It's
What
hard
if
to
it's-
tell.
What if the language
I've
just
also
does
heard-
that?
It's like German.
It's like, yeah, German.
Yeah. Hey, you guys have also you've heard it from two sources, so
We have heard
No,
of
that's
it.
true. But you don't yell at me this much, so it's hard to.
yeah, I don't typically speak it unless I'm talking with Rat.
It's usually like a private conversation thing.
Right.
Or if I'm casting, but then that's like incantations. That's not speaking the language.
Yeah, so it goes. So, the two Draconic people walk in as you hear Tefert absolutely mumbling something that maybe vaguely sounds like Draconic.
I'd like to think it sounds so not Draconic to Rat that he doesn't even register it as him speaking Draconic and doesn't get mad at it.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. Would Rat mind making me a, let's see, what would that be? Would that be Charisma? I could see that being Charisma.
Or
Charisma perception or something like that.
Yeah, works for
that
me.
makes absolutely no difference. I'm just gonna roll a normal charisma.
I don't know if anyone's seen the
0.
Yeah.
Good. Yay,
Yeah.
Rat does not get pissed. Let's go.
This is good news for all of us. 0.
There's a bit of ale
Careful,
out and
Tefert.
about, maybe a bit of wine. It's a simple evening. It's not a revelry, but it's good. It's simple.
Careful, Tefert. Somebody might think you're calling them a slur.
What? This means bread. I think.
I think you need to brush up on your pronunciation a bit.
Oh, Kaio's helping me.
Hiroi slowly turns over to Kyle.
I just kind of shrug and say it. I mean, he seemed to be enjoying himself. Can't tell a word of what he's saying, but it's practice.
Alright. I will try to help more actively now that we're done making the armor.
Oh my god, you guys are done? That was fast.
It's been like 3 or 4
Well-
days, yeah.
That's so fast.
We've spent a great deal of time before this drafting out the prospect of it. Luckily, we've had the materials on hand for quite some time, so all that was left to do was to assemble it.
Okay.
Rad, would you like to do the honors?
Rat just kind of looks at you like stupidly. Heavy.
Reasonable. Hiroi is going to pull from his pack a. This, I imagine this was his idea specifically, but like, it is neatly folded and like specifically very presentable, and it is, well, not folded necessarily, but like it is as neat looking as it can get. It's this pale leather armor with kind of pale shimmering purple rivets studded along the breastplate, with probably a good deal of arm protection and some light greaves to, not like covering the entire leg, but mostly protecting the vital areas on both the arms and the legs.
You see Tefrid's eyes light up. Probably quite unlike unless you've been in the room with him when he was making a historical connection. This is probably the happiest you've ever seen Tefrid. That is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Oh my goodness!
Now, this is imbued with a great deal of magic, so even if the fit isn't completely proper, it should adjust itself to you after a short time.
That's the thing.
Try it on.
It looks like the measurements are exact, yeah. I would love... Tefrid is going to scramble into the armor. It takes, I think, like a minute for light armor. If I recall the rules correctly.
It has been transferred over.
Oh.
Ooh.
As you put it on, you find that it's cursed. You can identify it if you would like.
I don't have a button to do that.
If you right-click on it,
Okay.
click edit. Do you not have or just right-click identify? Is that an option?
Identify. There it is. Found it. The Bright Star Brigadine.
Oh, come on, that's an amazing name.
It's thank you,
Holy
Will.
shit.
That's
Oh my
fantastic.
God.
Shit.
All right.
Well,
X mod, obviously
unfortunately, you're
not.
not making stealth checks anymore.
I wasn't originally. Tefrid's not built for stealth.
Tanky ass Tefrid.
Currently, that brings him from 16 to 18.
That is massive.
Is that like a very rare or something? Is that class is
No.
like very rare or
No.
what? Oh shit.
That's probably like uncommon or low rare.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is way above what they normally have as rare
Yes.
equipment.
Like,
Mhm.
I'm basing this off of more like 1E type weapons and
Okay.
equipment, where
Fair.
like this is what I mean when I keep saying it. Items being a part of your character budget is much more than it is in normal 5e.
Yeah. Capital L legendary items, I really hope fundamentally alter the way a character plays.
Like you've already seen what is up with like the broken chain earth
Yeah.
drill,
Yeah.
and it's broken.
Legendary.
How does it move?
Incredible. I've never felt so this is precision engineered, it feels like.
Huh. You have right to thank for that.
Rat has just been lightly nodding along with his eyes closed the entire time to every single little piece of praise on his creation.
I feel like I feel like I've never been more mobile but protected at the same time. I knew a good few leathersmiths. None of them ever did anything close to this.
The chaotic properties of the Bright Wolf hide served as a catalyst to essentially diffuse the innate magics of the Starfall metal across the entire Brigandine. Basically, the individual studs or rivets act like miniature ley lines to form a web of their protective magics over the entire piece. As you
Like
can see,
blood
each one
vessels?
is in. Yes, in a sense. As you can see, each rivet is inscribed with a rune, which helps facilitate that flow of energy.
I think I get it.
I can't really say that I do, but can't argue with the results.
It's like it's just it's a circulatory system.
Exactly.
Out of sheer curiosity, 2 questions. One, I still have that sticker.
Mm-hmm.
Would that work on this armor?
It would.
Or is that
It works on
Okay.
anything.
fantastic? Second
Well,
question.
Sticker, what is your AC anyway?
That
It
would
would
bring
with
to
the sticker it would be
19.
19.
Holy shit, I think we
Yeah.
have the same AC.
Oh my goodness. Is that including your Blade Song bonus?
That is in.
Well,
The second question: has this armor been visibly marked by Heroe and Rat?
Does Rat have a maker's mark?
So
Rat
they-
Rat intentionally never marks the things that he makes. He believes that the quality of what he has should speak to his craftsmanship, and it is much in the way of following his clan. Like, there's no reason to individualize it.
In that case, Hero would follow suit. The only marks on it are the runes on each rivet.
In that case, have either of you ever verbalized that to Tefrid?
No,
Cool.
Rat does not
Understood.
talk about how he makes things.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure, because Tefrid's gonna go off. He's gonna peel the patch off of his old armor, and he's gonna put it on. And when the armor changes, nothing about the armor's visual is going to change, except on one of the shoulder plates is going to be slightly indented. The one word of Draconic he does know, which is knock.
Aww.
He'll kind of flinch a little bit at it, but not really say anything.
Secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you guys. This is truly incredible.
I'm pleased you like it.
I like it. I love it.
And I hope it serves you well.
Me too.
Rat, finally participating in it, looks at the suit of armor, gestures at Tefra and says,
Feed give. I'll work. I'll change. How better?
Legitimately, my headset did not pick up what you were saying. What was that? Sorry.
He said back feed give. Tell. After use. How work. How better.
Absolutely. I'll keep you updated.
he nods.
That said, I think we have some valuable information on how to work with the metal as a whole for future projects.
I wonder if... Hold on, Kaio, could you snuff out that candle really quick?
Sure.
I'm assuming this is at closer to nighttime, so it's gonna be fairly dark in
Yeah,
the
it's
room.
pretty late in the evening. It was
Yeah.
like the post-dinner sort of.
And I'm assuming the armor, it's not giving, I'm not emitting bright light
Right,
or
it doesn't
anything.
emit,
It's just
very reflective because both the hide and the like rivets of the starfall are both very
Yes.
reflective.
Okay. I just had an idea. I'm gonna take like a big blanket or a big cloak or anything and like put it over me.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Does anyone have a light source they could point at me?
I will cast the light cantrip on just like a mug that's in the room and try to funnel the light towards him.
Can you put it
With my
inside the
hand.
mug and make a flashlight?
Oh, that'd be great, actually. Yeah.
True. As you point the
pebble
mug
in
at
the mug.
him in his general direction, you notice that the light underneath his cape, as it like bounces on the floor, ends up being very bright as it gets reflected back down onto the floor.
All right. I'm just gonna. Rat, close your eyes. This might be bright.
Rat just kind of buries his face in himself, balls
All
up.
right, I'm gonna try to put the cloak off as quickly as possible to try to see if I can't emulate, I don't know, a flashbang.
I mean, it's
No,
certainly
flash.
unpleasant, but it's not
Yeah.
enough for
Not enough to do that. Cool. Just testing.
It's just bright.
Just bright. Cool. Understood.
It's in the same sort of brightness as like a plate armor would be in broad sun. Right?
Cool, okay,
If you're
okay.
at the right angle, maybe it's unpleasant enough that you'd have to look away for a moment, but it's not like you'd be stumbling backwards.
Glinting in the eye. Cool. Okay. Just testing limits here. Very
Well,
cool.
I know that
Appreciate
I know that the properties of this brigandine are not exactly conducive to stealth, but my hope is that the glare from the light reflected off it should hopefully prove helpful in opening weaknesses, vulnerabilities for you to land some of those devastating blows.
I think it will. Yeah. Honestly, we don't need. Maybe we don't need stealth. We can defend ourselves like this.
Rat kind of tilts his
Maybe.
head, looks at Tefrid,
Weapon use.
and he holds his hand out and like grabbies it.
Are you asking to use my weapon or for me to use my weapon?
Good question.
Yeah, well, you're grabby hand, so I'm gonna put the hilt of my compass towards you.
He's gonna grab it. It's probably gonna like fall towards the ground. He's on Hero's shoulder right now, so it's probably gonna fall towards the ground as he's not, ready for the weight. As he like puts his other hand on it.
Even Hero kind of tips over a bit because Rat's like tipping over.
Yeah, as he like puts his other hand on it and kind of like tightens his feet, probably digs his back claws into you a little bit as he's trying to stabilize himself from the weight of the weapon. As he then gets himself ready, kind of puts it over his shoulder and crawls down Hero's back and away.
Yoink.
When he returns, it's different.
Oh, I thought you were gonna hit me.
No,
No.
I thought you were testing the armor.
no, I've had a pre-infusion thought for this for a minute.
Oh,
That is sick as fuck, actually.
that's
Are you not able to infuse a magic weapon?
Nope. And fusions can only ever be used on non-magic items.
yeah.
I
That's
think
why
I'm
I was
going
asking about the sticker.
to ignore that.
Thank you. On behalf of all Artificer players everywhere, thank you.
I think having an
Yeah.
ability that doesn't scale past level 11 is probably bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D&D 5e level 12 doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Is your weapon magical,
The
Tefrid?
Kapesh is not. No.
Okay.
However,
I
thought
had a
it
magic
wasn't.
dagger on me in case that
Okay.
ever became a problem, but
Well,
now
it
I
is.
don't. Now someone else can hold the dagger.
He kind of gestures towards armor.
Thing try do.
You do see
Weapon
that you also have a
better.
different dagger as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The actually, wait, hold on. Different dagger. Wait, what are you talking about?
You have two daggers.
Yeah, I had my basic dagger and the True Path. The True Path was the one I was talking about.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, the True Path was the in case we ran into something that I couldn't hurt very well, I was going to switch to the True Path in combat. Otherwise, I'm just using it as the compass.
Right.
Kind of holds it up towards him, kind of struggling a little bit. He's on the ground. He's not that much shorter than you,
Yeah.
but like you can still tell he's struggling with it.
I got you. I'll grab the hilt again. Whoa.
He kind of points towards the hilt, and then points towards his wrist.
Twist.
And then covers his head.
I do. I twist it.
And its effect. It effectively it shines a huge amount of light as you do it.
Whoa. Oh, that's perfect. That's a great combination.
And holds one finger up. Covers his eyes again, and then winds up a punch and, tries to punch him on the leg. If you're not trying to avoid, might be able to auto
Roll
hit.
me a, unarmed attack against 10.
Unarmed attack against 10. You got it. Is he proficient in unarmed attacks?
I believe you are always proficient in your own natural
Right.
weapons.
Okay. Normally this would be dexterity, but that's him using like his teeth and his claws and shit. I kind of want to.
Only monk actually gets to make it finesse by default.
I was about to say, kobolds
Yeah.
get dex, claws and teeth is cool.
20 minus 2, and then my proficiency is +3, so +1.
Forget claw, bite. How about just limp punch? Well, alright, you punch his shin.
I
He
have -2
takes-
strength, so no damage.
Yeah, exactly.
-1 damage to heal him for 1.
I heal him for 1.
Wow, this armor works fantastic.
And as you get hit, you can feel the hilt kind of swell up a little bit. And then he says, "Squeeze."
I do. I squeeze.
And as you squeeze it, Rat, despite trying to cover his eyes, is still not far enough away as like a light like way brighter than the initial light just like flashes into his face, and he starts squirming on the ground.
Ah, you're right. Wait, hold on. Oh, jeez, you should have tilted that. Was what I was gonna do. I would have turned the other way.
As he sort of squirms and finally gets himself back in, as he kind of blinks like 1 trillion times while like looking in one direction with no other like reaction.
Me being surprised that Rat didn't tell Kaio to punch him.
I am physically stronger, but I am not sure it would have gone any better.
Kinda
Yeah, would
shakes
have.
his
Rat
head.
wouldn't have had to. You be the
Be
one
right
that
next to it. Yeah.
Listen, Rat is a consummate artist, and an artist always suffers for his craft.
It's
true.
true. Rat's not mad at you for that one though. It's clear he's more focused on the thing right now, even as he recovers and continues blinking, gets himself recovered, and then holds like up like a thumbs up for it.
Works.
I think the only thing I'd like to change about that is considering the differences between like short rests and long rests, and that doesn't feel like one that's specifically stamina-y, like a lot of rogue or like fighter things.
Fighter
Is that
monk, yeah.
unreasonable that I'll just say 6 charges recharged on long rest?
That's fine.
Okay.
Alright.
And if you want, you can do the thing where it says where you place your item there to enchant it. Like if you drag your item from your
Ooh.
inventory into that.
Whoa,
Oh, that's fancy.
That's cool.
It is very nice.
I didn't know that there was actual like Foundry support for Artificer. Holy shit!
Place item. Okay, cool. So I drag this to there, and then. Whoa!
Oh my god!
Cool.
Oh
And it
my
even has the
god!
little tag for magical.
Yeah.
And now you can change
That
the
is
description
so
in your
cool.
character sheet
Mhm.
to the altered rule of the 6 charges and recharges on long rest. Radiant Weapon is one of the actually good Artificer infusions.
It's actually good. It's actually interesting.
I
Yeah,
gave that one to Ara's Druid in my Monday campaign for a bit.
the reaction blinded is like so good.
I always forgot. I don't think I used it even once. I'm so embarrassed.
It's just
a little bit
like
sad, but-
literally like
I
an
cannot edit it
advantage
for some
creation machine.
JC, you're probably gonna have to edit it.
It says it's because it's coming from the radio weapon enchantment. It's not letting me.
Ooh,
Okay, right. You're gonna have to.
Oh, I have to edit the text of the spell then. Alright.
Mm.
You got it, boss. Well, spell, quote unquote.
Yeah,
The
it's not
feature.
even in this area because that this value is being modified by an enchantment and cannot be edited. Disable the enchantment in the effects tab to edit it.
Oh, okay, so I go to the effects and then
No. You're just gonna
I've got it, I've got
unenchant it, and he's gonna.
is this that? Okay, perfect. It's the little that little button.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best I've ever seen Foundry work.
Hats off, honestly.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's pretty cool.
This is one of my favorite uses for Foundry as a system.
What else while Rat works on that, which I can also imagine is Rat just going off and recovering and trying to get his things in order, given that he was just blinded
Yeah.
and he is more sensitive than most. Is there anything else the three of you would like to partake in the scene? Because I think we should hurry this somewhat so that friend can rejoin tomorrow morning.
Get back in, yeah.
There is your improved one. Or your altered one.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Just
Fantastic.
for that fun of it. Kai was probably also going to try to hit you, because it was funny seeing it happen to Rat. We don't have to play it out.
Here's my question. If he tries to hit you, would you try to dodge?
Does he try to do it behind my back?
Oh, he would.
I mean, that would
Then
still
yes.
be dodging just with advantage, yeah. Or with
Yeah,
Oh
It's
no,
a
no.
min-
I am. If it's like a, if it's not something like he's seeing seeing happen, it's just something that's happening behind. He would try to
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
the way.
Basically, the way
Kyle, make
AC
me a
and-
melee attack, make me a unarmed attack with advantage against 19.
Okay. Let's see here. My... It's actually not terrible.
It
But
is
it is.
terrible.
Not terrible, he says.
Well, my bonus isn't terrible. I have a +2 to strike.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a miss.
You punch into it, and you make clean contact into the armor, and your hand just slides off as it moves along the smooth leather, and you just end up almost falling past him.
Ugh.
That's gotta be impressive. I'm still like half his height.
Yes, I know. That's why I thought it would work.
Yeah. Whoa. Careful, Kyle.
That is
You okay?
That is the redirection of force at play.
That's. Oh wow.
Well, if
Man,
anyone
I didn't
comes
feel
up
that at
behind-
all.
Yeah. If anyone comes up behind you, I think you'll be safe.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
Now you just have to find a way to protect everything else. Bright Star Pants. Anyway, the next day.
If we can.
arrive.
Oh.
Sorry. Don't
I
let me cut you
have
off
one last
early.
statement. Yeah. If we can use the rest of our starfall to similar effect, I think we'll be rather well off.
Knots a couple of times. You should rename the weapon to the Bright Star Kopesh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Oh,
Nah,
that
you
fucks.
probably can't edit the name while it's infused.
Oh.
Correct, actually. that's so funny. That's.
Oh, I did not
Is
mean
it
to do that.
attunement? Is the armor attunement?
That's a good question. Is the armor attunement? It doesn't. It's not currently.
Right, it isn't currently. I think
If
it
you
is.
ever want
I
to
think it
change
is.
that, I will completely fucking understand.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that's just me not putting it in this version.
That's
Let me check
this
my
definitely
notes.
Yeah, it-
feels like an attunement item.
It's a very strong
Items
item.
craft-
This is
craftable.
incredibly fucking strong. Yeah.
Yes, it is attunement in my notes. I just didn't mark it when I put it in Foundry like an
Okay.
hour before the session.
Okay. Especially considering that it has stuff that keys specifically off of the wearer, it makes total sense for it to be attunement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will edit
I'm
that
so
for
fucking
you.
proud
if
of us
you
for
cannot.
actually making this thing.
It's peak.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get.
Well, it's
make,
not.
like,
It's only an
bright star
uncommon.
and a bright stat.
Attunement is required, and it is marked as attuned.
Okay.
Oh, it gets add X to all of my Jesus
It is.
Christ.
Yes.
It is essentially a cloak of protection plus 4 right now, plus 5 eventually.
That is, up until level 17, a better monk passive. A
Yes.
better monk
Yeah.
level 14 ability.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking nuts.
And I
Imagine
just look
that
forward to
on
you
a monk.
guys getting more
Yeah.
actual loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Rat-
stop rolling for like commons and uncommons and get more rares and, you know.
Yeah.
I look
mean-
forward to seeing what we can do with Rat's gun with some more of that Starfall.
Well,
Yeah.
no, Rat's Gun is a separate system.
Yeah.
I could potentially
Okay.
use the Starfall as a material in one of the upgrade paths, but
Okay.
Like,
it
when
is-
he upgrades like ammo, or not ammo, which one's the one that
Okay.
allows you to do ammo?
What if you
that-
could
I mean, I
make
have the
considered?
one that allows me to do different types of ammo, but it was
Yeah.
the last one I upgraded, which I think was barrel. I think it was
Okay.
barrel. I don't
Mhm.
remember.
I was mostly thinking of the Starfall in that context, since it's been a repeating motif that like the barrel heats up and like it's at risk of deforming or something like that, and you have to stop using it for a while.
So flavor-wise and lore-wise, he is probably using that when he progresses through it, but he has his
Okay.
own individual system
Right.
Okay.
in how he progresses to it. Speaking of, Brad is also going to turn and Grippy Hands again,
2 gold.
because he has one more crafting use this Bastion turn, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I will pass you 2 gold.
Oh, he was Grippy Handsing generally to the room, probably directed towards Hero A, but he will definitely take your gold if you give it to him. As he takes it, looks at the 2 gold pieces, nods, and puts it into one of his many, many, many little satchel pockets on his belt. Over the course of the duration of the turn, I'm going to use 2 gold on my other crafting use to add 1 point to accuracy.
Makes sense. Is that
Okay.
1 out of 2 or 2 out of 2?
That will be 1 out of 2.
Okay. The only thing that
Unfortunately, I
you're
don't-
doing before that is that tomorrow on the 23rd, you and Hero are going out on a little adventure. Kaio and Tefra, you have a bit of time on the town with your newfound spangled armor, if you choose to wear it in town. And while you're getting ready in the morning for breakfast, a rather well-looking friend walks through the door.
Friend,
He
welcome
has
back.
in one of his hands a fancy new shield.
Oh.
Whoa! Let's compare. Hold on.
Here. I will cast the light cantrip on like a fork or something, and kind of try to make them glitter and gleam.
One of the people in the inn who like works there is like, "Hey, watch it! People eat from that."
Fine. I wave the fork, and the light dissipates, and I put it back down on the table.
I imagine that's almost like you flick the fork and it like spins off like a wave. The light just travels in a wave away from it.
You don't want micro magics in your food.
Mhm.
I'm being very dismissive
That's a very
towards
good
this
pun.
person.
I've already got too many micro magics in my balls.
Golden, are you present?
Yeah.
Excellent. You have
Tell us all
arrived.
about this new shield
Yeah,
of yours.
show that off. That's really cool.
I don't have a need for it. If one of you would like to try it.
What do you mean you don't have a need for it?
Brad kind of looks at the shield that is larger than he is, and then
Um,
looks away.
I think it's important for narrative coherency. I think you and Hiroe are away right now.
True.
You do not see Friend until later.
Right.
Like when the two of you first see Friend is after the events of the mini session.
I thought so too, but it was my understanding that we had time after we came back before Friend got there. That we were finished before Friend was.
If that happens after this, then the shield hasn't been identified yet.
Yeah. I
no
thought
worries.
that's what you were getting at with you saying that you don't know and you don't need it.
I didn't say I don't know. I just said I didn't need it.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what? I think the only part that's important is that Hiraway is out right now. So Rat, you're
Yeah.
behind for a bit while Hiraway is going ahead and doing some research.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
you can
works.
be here.
Where did you find this?
Yeah, what happened?
It was off the road a ways when I was traveling to the
Traveling where, sorry?
with Atrodon.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
And this was his gift to you then?
No. I found it.
Oh.
Oh,
A gift of fate then.
was it
It
just
would
on...
seem.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
It would seem.
Well, whoever had it before you clearly doesn't need it now. They left it there.
They also took very good care of it.
Hmm.
That craftsmanship is immaculate.
It was an old campsite, half buried.
The general age of the area around it and the depth at which it was buried leads you to believe that it predates many of the settlements nearby, including the city, that it is older than the expeditions into the Borderlands.
You probably would see 1.5 billion questions run across Tefred's eyes before he regains control of himself and continues the conversation as it was before. Was it near any of the? So you just was it? It was just there? Huh? Kind of like the Earth Veil.
Half buried, but yes.
Okay. Do I see any marks on the shield that would showcase its potential point of
Give me a
origin?
history.
Love to.
Can I guide him for this?
Sure.
All right. Add a d4.
All right.
The pattern is
17.
one, well, there's not much indication of, like, the actual craftsmanship side of things. What is present, or, sorry, well, there's not much about, like, the
Design.
reverse.
Okay.
Like, there's not much of the practicality to it. The decorations on the front, there's 5 small gems that are, like, spherical crystal gems. And in the spiral that connects all of those on the front of the shield is a very distinctive pattern that's generally been used by, like, old Volstrom, like, seafarers. So it's from the Empire a couple, like, decades ago. Probably like 80 to
Specifically
140.
seafarers?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Like, the generally, like, essentially the ones who patrolled the oceans before the Delmarevs.
Mm-hmm.
Another way you could think of it if you want to visualize it, it's a little bit like the bandage shield in Skyrim.
Yeah.
That sort of design, where it's got that, like, weave.
Huh. Where nearby did you find this again exactly?
I can't say for sure.
Were you near a body of water at all?
Friend would remember, but I wouldn't.
Friend would remember that you were traveling up the river to get to the locale.
I believe traveling upriver.
Huh. Was the Volstrom Empire known for its river combat? Or its river, sailing?
Would the rest of the party like to answer that?
I feel like I would remember this.
I mean, you as a character would know, but I'm asking the other players who were in season
Yeah.
1.
Oh no, I mean, Kaya would... because his village specifically had to deal with a lot of people
Yes.
who were annoying on the ocean.
I mean, I don't assume you'd know much of the history of it. You know that the Barca are really annoying because they're the lawmen now, but I don't think you'd learn very much about lawmen 160 years ago.
Oh no, he wouldn't care about
From
that.
what I remember, they were primarily focused on the ocean because they were trying to head off coastal assaults from the kingdoms, but they were kind of in a stalemate with the kingdoms because, as it turns out, circumnavigating this continent fucking sucks. But they were trying to be ready in case, because if one side did figure out how to do it effectively, the other side would be fucked.
Whoever Dagama
Is that
first
correct?
was gonna win.
That is one of the two things. There's one other big event that you're missing out on that'll let Kaio and Tefford each make a history on if they'd like.
I mean, I'll always say yes to a check, even if the chance of succeeding is low.
A gambler.
Oh yes.
I'm feeling lucky.
Let's go gambling!
Yikes. Okay.
It's gonna load for me eventually.
I got 2 3s.
It's hard being so unintelligent, I gotta say.
Use a hero point.
I might.
You know that there were other conflicts that the Volstroms had at the time that weren't related to the Empire, or that weren't related to the Kingdom or the Empire, nor to any of the vagabonds out in the sea, like Kaio.
The full extent of my knowledge would be, it really is annoying when those people catch us, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they've ever really had a conversation like that.
Sir, I do want to be clear. I'm trying to find out why the ocean-faring sigil is deep in the mainland.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, thank you. Just so what's a... All right, so Tefford's gonna just look at it very confused for a while. Huh. I shouldn't have been there.
Eventually, friend taps his staff on the ground. As I said, I have no use for this.
Oh, right. You can't use the metal on it.
Well, that's not why. He's using a two-handed weapon.
Oh, okay. I thought that
Dick.
was the... Well,
Yeah,
His ass is not Fey.
the whole metal thing hasn't actually come up yet, so...
oh, sorry.
And also, he started as a fighter, and is currently wearing, old rusted chainmail.
I'm
I
so
love
sorry.
the-
The dumb in me came out there.
I love the dichotomy of
Mhm.
Tefford being super pimped out in armor and Friend being like, I got rust.
He doesn't care.
Hell yeah.
I think it's great. Well, I'm not really good at shields. Also, that's up to my chin.
He glances towards Kaio.
I mean, I am good at shields, and that is quite a nice one, but you said you found it, right? I don't want to...
It is not of consequence who found it. Show it to Rat later.
I mean... Hey, sure. If you're offering it, he will take it, and he will say, oh, thank you.
It shall be dragged. It has been
Did you
moved.
Sorry, we focused way too much on the shield there. What did you learn anything that you're willing to share?
He takes a seat first.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, same
I
information.
gotta bring up my actual real notes.
Cairo seems deeply invested. If you're sitting down, that makes it sound like interesting conversation.
We couldn't get everything that Atrodon wanted. However, we did get what we went there for, mainly, which was for the matter to be taken seriously.
Good.
However, information to the public will be withheld for now, as it is hard to quantify the severity of the situation.
No, I
We do
understand.
have the dead layer of backing for now, and there will be forward scouting units dispatched to monitor the situation.
Did they want us involved with that at all?
No,
Okay.
he thinks on it some more. I did promise Atrodon that I would introduce him to someone.
Oh, who? Oh, that makes sense.
Oh.
Okay. Did you end up doing that on your trip, or was that is that a later?
It will be at a later time.
Okay.
Do I misremember that you are... Actually, I will DM this to you.
Overall, the meeting went positively.
Good.
Do you feel optimistic about things?
He thinks for a moment. It is not an optimistic situation.
Yeah.
No, it's really not, but we're making progress. And I didn't really want to, but
It is necessary.
yeah.
We are partially responsible.
Absolutely. No, I agree. I'd like to find out any way possible that we could help the effort, but
As would I. He finally moves his glance to your new armor.
Mhm.
I see you've changed clothes.
oh yeah. Rat and Heroaway, they worked really hard, and they were able to. They used the Starfall and the Bright Wolf pelts, and they were able to make this. It's incredible. I've never felt, well, better defended, honestly.
He leans in a little bit to look at it closer.
Heroaway said, "I'm gonna start." He's gonna point at the runes. Heroaway said these work like blood vessels. That's how I understood it. And it's like they divert force across the. I didn't really get it.
I didn't either. You seemed like you did. I was so confused.
I thought I did, and then you hit, and then you tested the armor, and then Hero, I said, "Oh yeah, that's how the force, the magic at work," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't get that at all."
No, it did not. I wouldn't have tried if I thought it would do that.
I mean, it was truly incredible, but it's
You know, I will admit I'd love to see it in practice. More
so
practically.
so would I. But not to wish for strife to come by us, but well, in our line of work that we're in right now, it's kind of inevitable, and now I feel quite a bit more ready, actually.
Hmm. There are worse things than a little bit of strife.
True. I'm glad that the pelts finally got a use, though. Don't like waste.
He says nothing but nods.
Rat kind of gallops down the stairs into the room, kind of running past their group of people and like rubbernecking, and then like turning around after like slowing himself down, kind of like sliding his feet across the ground. You know, the kind of like, oh wait a minute.
the cartoon skidding across the like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As he turns his head, his eyes lock on the gems on the shield as he kind of scurries over to it.
Shiny detected.
Oh, Rat! Ah.
Oh, hey, Rat.
Friend's back. And I just kind of thumb towards friend. Little smile on my face.
He kind of just mumbles,
Sure, yeah.
as he's sort of looking at the shield.
There's a friend attached to that shield.
Yes. Here, take a look. He found it with no help from Fate or anyone.
We were
In a
hoping
place
you
where it
could
really. Oh, sorry, you go.
take a look at it.
Rat nods a couple of times. The only thing he's actually responded to is, "You could take a look at it." He kind of shakes his head, like recenters himself.
Now, wait. Have go.
What?
Look later.
As he kind
Oh.
of like starts walking away while staring at it, kind of pulls his attention away, looks back, and then like pulls his attention away all the way as he continues out.
What color are the 5 gemstones?
Kyle, would you like to describe that? I can.
Oh, goodness.
I can also do. I think. Can I do a show to players? I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
Well, do you want to see the whole details or probably not?
I'm surprised it's not under.
There you go.
Okay, well now it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's smiling.
It is very stylish.
No, I said it's smiling.
Oh,
It is smiling now
It's
that
smiling.
you say that.
Yeah.
Aw.
Purple, yellow, green, red, and blue. Those mean nothing to me.
One of them is an amethyst, one of them is an aquamarine, there's a topaz, a ruby, and an emerald. Right? Maybe?
I assume
I
this
guess the
is
sapphire
around
makes
when Rat
sense.
does identify.
He's leaving.
Did Rat? I was going to say, I don't think Rat identified. I think he looked at it and then took all of his willpower to leave the building.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's going to meet Hereaway. He will identify it when he is back.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's very busy. What a guy.
Honestly, let's have a moment of sacrifice for Rat. A moment of silence for Rat sacrifice.
I agree. What do the three of you
That
do
was a good
to
moment.
pass the day?
He probably talks about the travel
Yeah.
a bit.
Oh, that sounds like exciting and fun. Do you seem like you were excited? Did you seem like you had a fun time?
I wouldn't say it was exactly thrilling.
Hmm. What would have made it thrilling?
he thinks for a second and doesn't really come to a conclusion.
Yeah. Kaio's getting the sense. I mean, we've traveled together for some time. Friend doesn't get thrilled easily.
Yeah.
It's like very
Do you think-
stoic.
Have you felt that sensation of thrilled before?
No.
Hmm.
Hopefully we find something eventually then.
Yeah, you might enjoy it. Or maybe you'd hate it.
I don't know what you're talking about at this point, Kai. I was talking about in general.
The sensation of being thrilled, if he's not accustomed to it.
Oh, sorry. I was seeing if there was anything we could find that would help him be thrilled, but
Oh, I have some things, but
I don't know if that's the same.
no.
I don't think you two have the same definition of fun.
Probably not. And I feel like horror is different from thrilled anyway.
What?
Hmm?
Okay. Did Hiroe and Rat explain what they were doing?
Nope.
I don't think we did, no.
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
Did they explain how long they'd be gone?
No.
No, they just left.
Hmm.
They just leave. Not unusual for Rat.
So
Not
it's true.
unusual for people of the time.
Hmm.
A bit more unusual of Hiroe, though.
It's true.
He's a very punctual man. I don't know about you guys, but if you guys want to try to go out on a little excursion, just briefly outside the walls for a little bit,
He's already standing up.
Oh, that does sound fun.
yeah, we could do maybe a little bit of scouting around. If we run into something, we could test out our new tools.
Yeah, very fun, very
Give
fun.
them a field test.
I'll swap from my regular shield to this pretty one that I don't know what it does.
All right, let's head out then.
You head your way to the nearby parts just outside the city, and you just get to experience a bit as it's still not raining, but you can see that it's dark in the sky. It's probably gonna rain tomorrow. There's a gentle breeze that helps keep the generally warm air a little cooler so that it's not too unbearable.
I bet we're an inconvenient distance from the city when Tefford makes a realization. Oh, maybe we should ask around if anyone needed anything done.
It's a
Tefford
good
was just
question.
happy to go for a walk with his friends.
That's all I thought we were doing.
Yeah.
Maybe if we yell real loud, we'll hear.
I love randomly hearing die roll.
Well, we don't know where they went anyway, so.
Oh yeah, I was more wondering if we could have helped someone out in town.
Oh. Are we? We're like out of town at this point. We're like.
I said Tefford, the way I think it would probably go, because I didn't really think of it till just then. We are probably getting an inconvenient distance from the the city to
Well, maybe we'll find someone on the way.
We could.
Needs something. I mean, this is a very active thoroughfare.
Yeah.
I look around. Is there anyone that I can see for miles around?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic!
I mean, you're still within vision of the city wall.
Oh no, I mean out in the road where we're headed, not back that way. I don't want to backtrack.
Where are you
We're
guys
already
going?
out here.
Yeah, no, just keep going.
With a worm?
What was that?
Nothing.
You make your way around, you end up finding one. I'm trying to figure out how I want to phrase this given the rules.
Now, what does that?
Well, you know.
Oh, the joys of improv.
You know, it's such a nice change of pace. It's warm weather here. Getting to stretch our legs out in the city. Well, outside of the city. Friend, I know that's sort of your preference. I'm not exceptionally gifted at this kind of a thing. Which is why I tend to, let the two of you kind of take point and take the rear, and I just sort of talk to myself as we're going.
There is a quest of sorts that you end up finding. It's relatively minor. It's an old man's made a post about missing his, old amulet. He believes it's been stolen. It seems not particularly interesting or the best use of time, all things considered.
Well, if we see it on the way, we don't have to make any kind of a special effort.
Yeah, if we find it, then we can. Yeah. We should words. Maybe we should just head on out then.
Why not?
Where is heading on out?
I think we're just gonna go like a few miles out of the city, probably just to the point where it's no longer like guaranteed, not guaranteed, but just out far to the point. Just stretching the legs a little bit, seeing what we can find on the edges of the city bounds.
It's scenic, it's nice. You find one area where, strangely enough, it's a bit not in full bloom, but there's a few flowers that are blooming in one of the trees. Little weird since it's red bear, but not entirely uncommon considering how early it is. Some do flower late and germinate over a dark sun. It's a nice, cozy clearing that you've found for the three of you. Not a soul in sight, aside from each of yours, tainted as they may be.
Who's that directed at? Sorry, what was that, friend?
What did he mean by this?
That's a good question.
Suspicious behavior.
Well, Tefred's gonna walk into the field and just lay down a bit. Well, no trouble to be found, but it's always nice to find a nice spot. No, but seriously, why was that shield there?
Well, probably someone died.
Oh, that's not.
Usually.
Oh, sorry. Did I don't think I verbalized this.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. It happens. That is an Empire shield. There's their mark, but a very specific one. Because that mark is for seafarers. You said you were from the Northern Islands, right, Kyle?
Atamare, far, far, far to the east. It's Northeast, I suppose. It's It's not cold there, if that's what you mean.
But yeah, likely if when you probably would have encountered symbols like that if you had any skirmishes with the Empire a couple hundred years ago, if you were around, like a lifetime ago.
Well, I kind of squint. I'm looking at Tefrid with like a suspicion in my face. The way that he phrased it makes it sound like he thinks I might have been alive at that point. I know he doesn't actually mean that. But it's like
It's a bit of a dated symbol, but
mhm.
it is exclusively, as far as I'm aware, used for on the oceans.
Well,
You say you found it near a river?
He nods.
Huh.
how far was it from here? How many days travel?
Day and a half?
Friend would remember.
Day and a half, maybe slightly less. Maybe like a day.
I wouldn't mind seeing this campsite at some point. It's not too far.
Yeah, we could make a couple of, if depending on how I really wish either of the it's really unlike Hirway to not say where he's going. Hope they're okay. No, they should be fine. We might be able to make a day out of it and just check it out.
I think we could.
When we left the city walls, we happened to be headed in the direction of that campsite.
You would, but then you wouldn't be back in time for the evening.
That's true.
Well, it's a day and a half's travel, so we could. Oh, I don't think I brought my camping gear. Or
Yeah,
the
No.
it seemed like y'all went for a stroll and you didn't bring your supplies anywhere.
Yeah, we definitely
no.
aren't lugging around. We don't have Molly. We don't have Missy. We don't have anything else with us.
No, let's not do
Molly. Fun.
Molly.
We definitely were walking out and like just our.
that. Mhm.
We probably grabbed like a snack from the tavern and then walked out.
Right. That street food I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Well, maybe if we go back, we can catch them. Maybe if they end up back in the tavern tonight, we can catch them. Ask and then see if we can't make a day out of this.
Yeah, I mean, I would be kind of curious. I'll have to admit.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, just there is a sense of like, I don't want to say smugness here, but like quiet contentment. If this shield was previously owned by someone that Kaio's ancestors would have been enemies with, it's like, now it's mine. Ha ha ha. I don't know, it's the kind of thing that they would have stolen from them,
Mm-hmm.
but
If you have a map, I may be able to mark it in the meantime.
Oh, always. I'll bring out not our map. I would have left that with our stuff, but like a smaller map of like the city and a little bit around us. Always get to know where you're going.
And after taking some time to study it, he narrows down the location based on his memory.
Y'all will be able to get there as long as you don't do very poorly on a exploration roll.
oh good.
Fantastic. Okay.
But either way, it's getting a little later in the day and you're getting hungry. It's probably good to go back to the inn, get some food, and prepare to get some rest.
Yes. Hopefully catch the two of them. Probably not. I truly have zero idea what they are doing.
Yeah. Of note, the only thing to say is that for Tefrid getting hungry later in the day is a fair bit earlier than Kaio, and needless to say, a lot sooner in the day than for friends.
Yeah.
thinks it's probably only like 3 hours afternoonish, and Tefred's starting to get hungry.
Halflings burn 3 times as many calories.
Oh my god.
But they're also more efficient in digesting, so they get to just eat more often. They don't have to eat as much, they just eat more often.
Sounds like a good life.
I assume the party heads back? The two of you are enjoying your time having your supper. Yeah, true. The two of you are enjoying having your supper. While friend is there enjoying some of the ambiance and perhaps going into more detail, talking about the travels with Adradon. There's a few other people in the room. It's a little less busy on the side of things, probably only 2 other groups. And Hiroe, Rat. The 2 of you are present? You are rapidly approaching the inn. Go ahead.
Lovely.
I'll let Chad describe how Rat enters the inn first.
Probably just walking back in. This is before he actually knows anything about what has been found, but kind of self-satisfied with everything he's gotten, and kind of just strolling in pretty normally until he eventually remembers about the shield and his attention cranes again back to it as he scurries off to it, probably significantly ahead of where Hiroe is.
Probably as Rat finally makes it to the shield, Hiroe comes in after him, essentially looking like a man out of hell, he isn't ragged, obviously, because not much happened physically, but he is someone who looks ragged and looks like he's about to chase someone directly into hell. If that makes any sense.
No, absolutely. Whoa!
What did we miss?
Are you guys okay? What happened? Where did you guys go? I was really, I was kind of worried.
We went for a walk around town, searching for some information.
Did you find it, or did it find you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
We found a possible suspect for who may be behind the assault of that kobold. And frankly, I'm torn. On one hand, I'm none too pleased to see this person's name again, but on the other hand, it's complicated. Suffice to say, Rat, there was this one name in the book, Helene Arasana. I know something of that name, Arasana, and I think that investigating her may be a useful next step.
He nods. His gaze stays locked with you until you are finished. He does not look away from you.
Turning to the party as a whole, he says, "The lot of you are from the Empire, yes, or close enough."
Or what from the Empire?
The lot of you are, well, barring friend, of course, are from the Empire or close enough, yes.
Oh, Kyle shakes his head.
Well, close enough, yeah.
At some point, did any of you ever see a store, a boutique by the name of Arasana Summers? Or some similar name?
Have I?
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so either.
I don't think I.
Yeah.
No, not familiar.
If anybody would, it would be Kaio if he wants to give me a performance, I guess. That's probably what I'd do it as.
Not history?
Hey,
No, because I'd imagine it would be
Okay.
like... That's the reason why he'd go out to do it, would be like shopping for clothes, and that's the kind of textile mill
Okay,
that he
fair.
might do it in. If
He's
you'd
so
like
funny.
to, you can.
I got a 19. I'm not from the Empire, but I.
I mean, it's got a few expansions in a few different places. I'm sure there was one somewhere in the Empire. Anyway.
Well, it's just. Sorry, yeah, go ahead. I was so confident that I wouldn't know, and yet I think I do.
You recall that there was one shop that you were in when you were probably traveling through around Lake Soju,
Mhm.
that like one of their shelves was listed as things from there. From one of
okay.
them.
It's a vague recollection, but it does sound familiar. A clothier or something of that nature?
Yes. I'm all too familiar with the patriarch of the Arasana family from my time back in Dugan. He, at some point, fled for the Empire and left a bloody trail in his wake. And I was left to pick up the pieces. If anybody in this book is responsible for what happened, I imagine it would be someone from the Arasana family. I don't know what business they were involved in to leave in such a hurry, but the fact that they were willing to kill so many over it was... This is in line.
And you finally found a trail, a connection?
Yes, myself and Rat did some investigation. We found a number of interesting pieces of information. Speaking of, Kyle, I will need you to help with some financial negotiations tomorrow.
Hmm.
But not least of which, Rat was able to infiltrate a watchtower for a gated community and found a list of inhabitants of a number of different apartments. And one of the inhabitants was Helene Arasana.
Oh, that's much more than just a trail. That's very interesting.
Yes. And we were able to find out that the victim of the assault heard the people who eventually did assault her speaking some form of Draconic that she was unfamiliar with. I posit that they were speaking the Wanti dialect, considering that it's a common tongue back where I'm from, and considering where Arasana Summers originated.
So what would you like to do?
There's much I would like to do, but what needs to be done is we need to follow up on some of the trails that we found. We found a storage facility that has a boot print in mud or some such similar that matches with one of the boot prints back in the boneyard. And Kyle, I told the manager of the establishment that as you were our primary financier, you would speak with him to rent that lot. So, there was also a third district that we were going to investigate, but we could not find any useful information in. If it is not an imposition on you, I would like to ask your assistance in investigating it.
Kaya responds almost too eagerly. Oh, I'd be more than happy to help. So, what do we start
what
this?
about all of you?
Friend just silently nods.
We're a team, man. Whenever you need.
Well, no. I was asking how was your day?
Oh, it was lovely. We went for a walk.
A simple pleasure.
Thank you for the reassurance. If anything, you should be reassuring Rat that we will be helping him get his vengeance.
A look of concern flashes over Sephard's face when he considers what Rat might do to someone who has truly wronged him.
I've seen what he does to a meal. I
Worse.
have ideas.
Not someone who's wronged him, but someone who's wronged a family member.
Yeah. He
They're
chased
not-
me for 3 hours and I gave him a gift.
You were saying, friend?
I was just asking if that kobold was directly from Rat's Warren.
No. But they're both kobold close enough that you know.
Right.
So where do you go from here?
Well, I think I give the shield back to Rat so that he can take a proper look at it. He seemed like he was in a hurry earlier today.
He will take his time to identify it.
He does so. I believe the effects are already revealed because of an Ipsy.
They are, but thank you. How cool.
Now you get to
Not
know
Noopsy
them.
from last session.
I assume, given that that was relatively low intensity, that y'all probably just want to finish out the Bastion turn rather than taking a break and coming back, since it's been a little long. Or what do you feel?
I'm good to keep going.
Anybody got any objections to that?
No.
No objections from here. We probably should take like a 5-minute break or something like that.
I think. Does the party have anything else to do with the rest of their Bastion turn aside from coming up with plans and Rat doing his, crafting?
Shield identify?
Just
That was
happens.
Oh, okay. Boom.
Oh, yeah, I have questions, but they can take place during the break.
Alright then. We will return shortly. See you in a bit.
Hmm.
And so we return. As the party finishes out their last few days in the Bastion turn, I assume for the sake of coherency, we'll probably just decide to pick it up from there. We get through most of the rest of the Bastion turn. Yes?
Sounds good to me.
How does the party make the decision between attempting to pursue vengeance and heading to do their state-assigned quest?
Really, I just want to like get the lot at the storage facility for a couple months so that we can like get back in properly. We can have like, one or two more chances to inspect it before we go out, and plus it gives us a space to leave all the reagents that we've been hoarding. And then, Chad, what was the name of that third district? The one that we went in and were like, this fucking sucks.
I don't remember the name of it. All I know is that the district was effectively, come on, wait, there might be notes. I'm certain that there's a
There is, in fact.
I remember. Parsons by.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I wrote nothing in the description for Tarson Spy because we didn't do anything there.
You also should be able to see magically insulated storage on the right order. Under the PCs section.
Yes.
Yeah, each of you can add any of your things there that you would like. It has a maximum storage of 1,000 encumbrance. It currently costs 3 GP a month.
3 GP.
So I
No,
would
it's a little bit
recommend you drag
expensive.
your things in there now before you head out.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I know it's a little bit expensive, but I recommend that we pay for like a quote-unquote first and last month right now.
Dragging things where?
Magically insulated storage.
Okay.
Let me drag a little bit of stuff in.
Why have the torches, arrows, and rope become unidentified?
Silly.
Try to drag in my crystal shards, and I don't think it worked. Do I have to like open the sheet and then drag
Yes,
it?
you open the sheet, you click on inventory, and then you drag it over.
How many Bright Wolf hides did we spend in the actual attempt?
No.
How
Oh,
many
and-
did you have?
We had 4.
I think probably 3. That feels about right.
Okay, and we spent 1 star following it, right?
Probably 2.
Okay, so both of them. I'm going to let Chad do this, considering that I feel like all of us doing stuff is fucking with everything.
It's making it slower, yeah. Why are so many things unidentified? Alright, pickaxe. We don't need to be carrying these trade good medium, do we?
Probably not.
You even have the opportunity to try selling them now.
That's true.
We did
Hey,
say
alright,
that-
you want to go out on the town?
Oh, absolutely. Every opportunity.
We have
Okay.
22
I am-
skulls we need to turn in, by the by.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I heard
Never turned them
souls.
in.
I know you said skulls, but I'm like, where'd we get that many souls?
Avernus.
Oh, you know, 22 isn't that many souls, especially not in the mid game.
Diablo probably just died and he's only farming it back.
The
Okay.
random padded armor in here away too.
Okay.
Do we need this quarterstaff?
Probably not.
Away it goes.
Now that we're not under time pressure and can actually like scope out our space, TM, are we able to find any other traces that are notable?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I remember you said that there was something in the storage that
Yeah,
I
there
just,
was the
that there was something in
yes.
it that I could not see at that time, but now we are here.
So the big two parts are that the first one, which I believe you already understood because that's what drew you to that one specifically, was the like footprint being in the thing. That is now faded. It is as it has rained some this morning.
Well, we've got a sketch of it.
The second part is that in the back area, in one of the bits, there is a bit of a crystalline dust on the floor that had not been cleaned out.
Come on,
except for
motherfucker, man.
analysis.
My ass is bottling that shit. Loot. Vial of crystal dust. Should this have encumbrance or is it?
No, that's fine.
Okay. What is the word for when it negligible? Okay, I think I've got everything we need over. We didn't need the random hardwood logs. We do not have this white wolf hide anymore, correct?
There's one of it left.
Oh, there is one of it left. I did not know if we did or did not remove that.
Yeah, I had not moved it yet because I had stopped by the time that you got there.
No, removed when we were crafting is what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we had 4, went down to 1.
Kyle, would you mind making your roll? And how many skulls are you turning in?
It's 3 to 1, right?
Yes.
We have 22, so we should turn in 21.
And those are the 22 that are proper?
Yes.
Okay.
And this one.
Then you get 7.
On that. This is a little tip.
I'm gonna add the 7 gold to the group storage, and we can figure this out later.
Joyous. Will you be selling there?
I certainly think so.
Yeah, we definitely selling with that.
What is the modifier? 45? Okay.
How many were you able to? How many did you have?
20. So
We
that's
only
gonna
had
be-
20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that would be 2.8 or 2.9, excuse me. So 66, 12, down to 2, 1, 67. Lovely. Okay.
And so paying for the first and last month of the storage facility, we spent 6 gold.
Fantastic.
So I should remove that, or has it been removed?
You should remove the 6 gold. I do not touch the group mobile storage money.
Got it. All right. So we have 61 gold in group mobile storage.
When it gets to 100, we can distribute again.
I believe that is all I need to remove from storage. We have our tensor's disk for if we want to move things. But we
I
can-
have completely emptied the tensor disk, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed that with the rations. Thank you.
Welcome.
We should
Speaking of, we should probably
pull
get
2 red potions off. I did not remember to do that.
Let's get up to 5 Bastion turns worth of rations.
You know
Just to
that
be
it is
safe.
supposed to be a ways away.
Another 110 encumbrance? I suppose so.
I know it's a lot, but
That's
just in case.
Yes, okay, it's 0.04 for for when I'm looking for the gold value. Just wanted to double check that I wasn't being brain damaged. Which means it's going to be 12, then 4 off. 56, 8. All right, we're 56 gold, 8 silver, 6 copper for 350 rations. We are almost at weight
Awesome.
limit on our mules.
Essence Calm should not be on the mule's inventory. I'm going to remove it.
Yeah.
Because it is in Ara's inventory.
Everything in the breakaway tent has been suddenly unidentified.
Interesting.
There's so many things that are unidentified all of a sudden for no reason. I'm just gonna
Peculiar.
identify all of them because I know none of these are supposed to be unidentified. Yes, this strange shovel-shaped object. I wonder what it is.
Kid named.
As nice as Molly and Buttercup are, I think we need things that carry more than mules.
Well, that's why we got my Tensor's disc.
Yeah, but we
That's
need
why you
like,
could get more mules. Huh?
You're right.
more!
We need things that carry our stuff and the mules.
We could get an actual cart, maybe, eventually.
That's crazy.
In this
talk.
economy?
Depends on where
Pardon
you're
me.
going.
Yeah.
Traveling through a swamp? Good luck. Traveling over deserts and plains? Yeah. Good luck.
See, that is why I like Tensor's disc. It's all terrain.
True that.
Well, most terrain.
Me when I have to turn a corner at a 90-degree angle.
The world when find greater steed.
I haven't
won't
even
get
finished
closer
Find
to
Seed
me.
yet.
He won't get close to me because it's colliding with the wall and I can't get it around the corner because I can't walk away from it far enough.
He when I slash follow someone in World of Warcraft.
I posted the gif of Tensor's disc.
If there is nothing else that we need to do,
I would like to conduct a brief investigation of that last district. I think it's it's the like culinary district that may or may not have mob associations.
I just don't know what to do there.
Well,
So I'm not
Good
gonna
thing is
proceed.
we have someone who is street savvy with us
I will
now.
make the recommendation to do it another time.
Okay. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was something that we could just do it just like the last part of the Sebastian turn. I wasn't gonna like RP it out or anything like that. Just like
Yeah.
if there's any little pieces of information
Kyle,
we can
give
get
me
because we have most of
give
the
me a
stuff.
charisma investigation.
Oh boy. I might actually. Can I guide myself?
And I
on
would
it?
like to give you advantage on that.
Oh
Sure.
wow.
And
Well,
if you can't guide yourself, I'll guide you.
What form of advantage are you giving him?
A gift,
When does that recharge?
long rest.
Okay.
oh, oh,
16 ain't bad.
You can mark down that you get a clue for later,
fantastic.
to be determined at the point that you're actually going in and investigating.
Yeah, abstraction.
Thank you.
Plus 1 clue.
Get a clue.
Can I? Never mind.
Candlestick.
Tap it, sacrifice it, draw a card.
Would you like to pay one for that?
I will.
Then you get to ask me.
Crazy.
Well, it costs 2 actually. They have too many strange tokens.
Well, I meant more so that I have a rustic study, but whatever.
I see.
Either way.
Anyway,
What day
So I
does the
believe
party
that-
leave?
probably at the start of the Bastion turn on the 31st.
That is clean.
That is clean.
It is the
Leave
31st.
one day earlier.
And we're also picking up Atrodon so we can take him to Bitter Trunk, right?
Mm-hmm. That is correct. He has joined you.
Yippee! Alright, let me see if I can remember this. Okay, we need to roll for weather. We need to roll for exploration. Chad, if, since we're starting in town, let's deduct lifestyle expenses instead of rations for this first Bastion turn.
Side
I'll
note,
deduct the 2 gold.
in character, since Rat also isn't paying attention, but -1 for me not paying attention, where the fuck are we going?
The dwarves.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. The way you were specifically told was to go mostly south and slightly east until you hit a river. A specific.
Well, we've hit a river.
Well, nice, good one. A holy river, a blessed river, and then follow that to its mouth.
Do we have
No.
like a vampire we can dip in it to test it, or?
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Oh wait,
that's
yeah.
any
Wait.
river.
Hey,
Oh yeah, Cryo ain't a vampire, but he will disintegrate if we put him in a river.
you know
Doesn't
what?
mean he's a
This is certainly
vampire.
water.
I mean, it's a holy river. Who knows?
Why does it have holes in it?
Hmm.
Swiss.
Swiss River.
Swiver.
Swiver.
Anyways.
Anyways, the weather
Um,
is a lot colder than it was the week before. You're glad to have gotten a little bit of warmth before it really starts solidifying into the dark sun weeks. It is about as cold as it gets before you start having problems. The air is brisk. You make sure to wear plenty of layers. The sky is open and there is very little wind, but it is getting cold.
everyone made sure to deduct their lifestyle expenses, right?
What
Yeah, it should
lifestyle
just be one
expenses?
additional whatever for the Bastion turn, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get those exploration threat rolls done. And Ara, what are you're studying, right?
No, I'm trying to be more helpful. I'm gonna guard. I'm not good at it, but it's the
Okay.
spirit that counts, right?
Then in that case, Golden, what are you up to?
We're still inside the city, right?
Yes.
We're heading out right now, basically.
I will take guard.
Okay, so you're both guarding?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chad, studying, right?
Who up studying this shit?
I think I'm going to gather food. Call me paranoid, but
Why not just buy more as well, then?
We did.
yeah, we
Yeah, but
have
I'm saying why not just
350.
buy more then?
Because I have a Bastion action that I can use productively on it.
Okay.
Can you? You specifically?
Yeah, I have high dex and high end.
I guess so.
Make your roll double from 13. Or is it double from 12 now?
I have no idea.
Well, I don't get anything.
We lose. We, lo- we lose 12
all our
rations.
food in a freak action
You go
accident.
and you're like, wow, look, some berries, and you eat them, and you end up throwing up and having to eat more.
Uh-huh.
Luckily for you, it's not a
Albatross.
1.
Okay. What are you up to, Albatross?
I am going to study, actually.
Okay. Everyone roll their d6s. Oh, and
Yeah, I need some threat rolls.
Oh yeah, let me do that first.
Those are much better
Okay.
D6s.
I believe the party is ready to travel.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
wait, there's one thing I gotta do.
Perception should be a bit higher because R was helping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Higher by how much?
Unsure.
Well, it should just
I
be
think
plus
it's your
one,
perception modifier, right?
right? It's just plus one.
So, there's two things at play. First, because you're both doing it, one of you gets to add your modifier to the other's roll, and then you get a +1 on top of it.
Oh, so it's a +2 total.
Yeah.
Huge.
So that's 10.
Okay.
Wait a
So that's
minute.
enough to not get ambushed, at least.
Hold on, I gotta
Okay.
record my my bastion rolls.
Yeah.
Wait, I took the study action in the city and I only rolled 3d6.
Roll yourself 2 more then.
Okay, that was 14.
When you add the extra +1 because 2 people studied, right?
I did not on that
Okay.
roll.
So yeah, you just
So just
Add
add
I got
4.
I got 18 then total.
Tepper, the way is yours.
So south and a little to the east, right?
That was the direction you were given.
where's Bitter Trunk again?
He's right down here.
Okay. Yeah, so we got to make a stop to him first, but then we can.
Yeah, we can. You guys think it'll be faster to take the road around and then go south? Probably.
Well, yeah.
I could do the math, but 2, 3. We're already going. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Have they built this road yet?
Nope. Aurora is
Man,
only
just, like,
just
realized-
starting to get, like, integrated to be part of the rest of it.
Maybe someday. I think we still get this.
1.
I mean, keep in mind, this
Two,
this
three.
map has changed 3 times while you guys have been playing.
Oh no! That's why I asked.
Mhm.
We've seen the active changes. I was just curious.
And then 2, 3 to get back onto the road.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
Let's use the boat to just get across.
Yep.
So what are you on right now?
This is the start of a new day.
Yeah, which
Mhm.
day?
Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
I normally count and someone else does the other counting.
Let's see. So 32nd, 33rd,
34,
34th,
36.
36.
No, we're on
we
36.
are on
You're
the second
moving
move
into
of the
the
37th.
Wait, are you?
Yeah,
No,
we're on the second move. Okay, so started in the city. 1, 2, 3. That gets us to the 32nd, 33rd, 34th, 35th, 36th,
Yeah, okay.
or 36. We're
We're
on the second
on
move
the third
of
move of the
37th.
36. Yeah.
Second move of the 37th.
Yeah. Sorry. Words, numbers. They're not real.
I get you.
You can take the boat there then. Yeah.
Mhm.
Whee!
Okay. And now we're on the 38th.
One day we'll see what this little chunk of the map is, but not today.
I think it'll be funnier if we never do.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where they think they killed your dad lives.
Kaya, would you mind making your shipwrights tool check against the scaling?
Oh boy. Okay. What ability score does this use again?
It's your strength, isn't it?
I mean,
That would be really nice if it
don't
was.
you have shipwrights tools, don't you?
I do.
But it uses one of your ability scores.
No, true.
I don't think it's like. Thankfully, I don't think it's in.
Yeah.
If
It
it's
might be wisdom. It might be strength.
Does it have recommendations for it? It does not. I think
I
strength's
could
fine.
see arguments for wisdom, strength, or con.
Strength's fine.
Oh, good. That's one of my good stats.
Yippee.
We still have a boat.
We love to see it. Okay, so we're on the 38th. Honestly, we could just cut the corner across the lake and then get into Bittertrunk's hex, and that would be the 39th. And that still uses the same shipwright's tools check since it's the same bastion turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically,
Alright,
he doesn't
so
have to make that check until the end of the turn, but
Okay.
It's nice to
But-
know.
It is the 39th, and we have made it to Bittertrunk.
Wonderful.
superb. Give me un moment, por favor.
That said, as we approach 10 p.m. Eastern, how is everyone feeling? Do we want to play out the Bittertrunk encounter tonight?
It is short.
It's been
Okay.
a while since we played. I would prefer to.
That's fair. Sorry, I'm mostly just worried because I know that folks like, say, Albatross, early sleepers.
I'd be okay if we ended after Bittertrunk.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh,
encumbered?
I was imagining it's only going to be like 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Albatross, are you encumbered?
I shouldn't be.
Oh, you know what? It's probably we didn't get rid of your old armor.
I didn't sell the old armor. Yeah.
No, we can just stick it in the storage before we left.
Yeah.
Like, we stuck my old armor there, we would have stuck your old armor there as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
Sorry, technical issues. It's like, it would not be reasonable for that
Oh,
to
the
have
Bright Star
stayed-
Brigandine is also 5 pounds lighter. That's massive.
Oh shit. Maybe you can actually carry your arrows on you.
It's not letting me put stuff in the group storage.
I believe in
No,
you.
not in the group. Magically insulated storage, not the group one. If you go onto your character sheet and into the magically insulated storage, you should be able to just drag the item to the magically insulated storage.
Which is you leaving it in the city.
Which we do have, like, our storage at the inn, but this was pretty much just for the sake of the investigation. We were paying 6 gold for investigative
also-
purposes.
You don't actually have really storage at the end.
I feel like
Okay.
I'm going crazy. I don't see a magically insulated storage on my sheet.
Does Albatross not have access to it? The magically insulated storage isn't on your sheet, it's in the PC's tab in the actors list.
Ah, that would make more sense.
Okay. So yeah, you can just drag the item from your inventory to that thing's inventory.
Yeah, I was got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Now I got it.
Yippee!
There we go. It didn't actually remove. Oh, no, I see what happened. Much better.
Alright, that's nice.
As the party makes their way forward, eventually there's a bit of a tense moment as the ground around Atrodon starts to get a little soggy, a little mushy. He realizes what's happening and prepares himself as Atrodon puts a few roots coiling up around his feet. He does not reveal himself. Atrodon is currently rooted and he looks around.
I will be right back. And he makes his way inside.
You make your way in. He is obviously attentive, focusing on the roots as he looks up to you and asks why one of them is here.
I wish to keep this short as we have other matters to attend to. He seeks to right the wrongs that his ancestors have made. He seeks help, and so I have come to you in search of an ally for him.
He has your trust.
He nods.
He has mine. And he pulls his hand from the ground.
I am glad I can count on you, Bitter Trunk.
What requests of you such haste?
He thinks for a moment on how to go over everything quick enough. Attempted murder. We are on the trail.
The balance of things, such as it is. I have but one question left for you then. The one of water that carries with you. I know not their name, but I know of them. Do they have your trust as well?
After a second or two, he nods.
The algae has told the grass of his woes, and the grass has told the trees, and the trees have told me. He goes and grabs a small pendant. This is for him.
A small what?
Pendant.
I see. Is this conversation just between the two of us being heard?
Yes.
Bitter Trunk. What is it that ails him?
They tell of a spirit that stalks him. It is my hope that this may help.
He thinks for a second. I have seen no spirits so far. I cannot say for him. Thank you. Before he leaves the cave, he turns and says, "The undead is Atrodon."
He nods. Are you going to try to introduce them and have them talk?
Yes, but we don't have to.
Right. You're
like,
not
play
going
that
to be in there for it, right?
Yeah, and at that point, he would stick his head out and kind of motion Atrodon over.
Do you travel far?
Fred would think on it for a second, and then his controller would remember.
The answer is probably yes. You're going to be traveling a while.
I may not be back for some time.
And I have a small favor to ask of you.
Of course.
He leans over, and from one of his shoulders, a small sprout begins to grow. And he carefully separates it and hands it to you. When you find a place of suitable nature and of proper field where it might grow hardy, I would like you to plant this.
He doesn't respond for a couple seconds, thinking over mundane human things like, how would I know the right place? What if it gets injured on the way, and this and that? But he just nods. I'll make sure it's done.
Safe travels. Root your feet and weather the storm. And I assume the party moves on from there. As Aid Shadon heads into the cavern. So what does...
Okay, so I know.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was mostly asking. I know it's been said like 3 times. Is it mostly south and a bit east, or mostly east and a bit south? I can never keep it straight. I'm sorry.
The goal is to go south.
Yeah, mostly south and a
Okay.
bit east. Yeah,
Okay, so we were already on the right track.
we're on the
Good to
right
know.
track. Yeah, this was
Fantastic.
on the way. Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably like a 3-day diversion at worst, given general, like, you know, just terrain.
Thanks.
So as Friend leaves the cave, beckons Stradon in and rejoins the rest, does he do anything?
Yeah, after coming out to the rest of the party, he approaches Kaio and takes the necklace out and says, "This is a gift from Bitter Trunk."
Oh. Kyle looks completely flummoxed. I can't believe he thought of me. Thank you, and...
He interrupts him and says he knows of your ailment.
the eyes go wide. Oh.
Are you sick? Oh wait,
No.
no, it's the other thing.
Yeah, not sick. Cursed.
Right. I forgot for a moment.
Kyle will take the pendant from you and just kind of hold it in his hand for a moment. Little smile. And then put it on. It's difficult to explain. We've been traveling for a long time together, but it's a threat. To me, I don't think it's a threat to anyone else. It's just... A lot happened around the time of the spell plague. This would be a good moment to explain it, I think. But I don't know that we have time.
You do.
We have time.
Oh, perfect. I've said that I come from a village far to the east, deep into the ocean, as far as you can go without getting lost. That is an accurate statement. Automari is an interesting place. It's isolated, intentionally isolated. The whole village is devoted to Umberlee, god of the ocean, god of, well, for us, the god of everything. There was a ritual that we did during the Clerics every year, and I was supposed to help with it. My first time by myself, and, well, things didn't go as expected. Everyone that I was left to look over drowned while I watched. And one of the people that drowned, they have been following me ever since. And I have fled across the continent this far west in the hopes that they would not be able to catch me. It hasn't seemed to change much.
I see now why Bitter Trunk has given you help.
He seems more vulnerable than he ever has. And there's a moment where he kind of steels himself, puts on that little facade again, and says, "Yeah, it's embarrassing when you work for something for years and then find out you're not quite as good at it as you thought you would be. I thought it was just me for a very long time. Then I got to the mainland and found out, oh, something called the Spell Plague. Not just me after all. But that doesn't really help the people that died, does it?"
It always takes the form of limbs in the water.
No. When I first saw it, it was, very recognizably a person. A person that I had grown up with. Someone that I was supposed to be protecting and was not able to. It's gotten more abstract with time, more unpredictable. There have been times when I couldn't even see anything, I could just feel it. But I knew what it was all the same.
Its hate has robbed it of who it was, but it remains the same.
All these years later, and still it won't rest. I do feel that I owe it that. I was not able to shepherd it properly in life, but if I could put the spirit to rest, it would do a great deal to ease my conscience. I can't imagine what that does to a soul. So many years just barely clinging on with hate. But as you can see, this isn't exactly exciting or thrilling conversation. It's, although I haven't really mentioned it, I just worry as we do continue forward, whatever new forms it may take. I'd rather not put any of you at risk, and I think it sort of makes things difficult when you're traveling together and someone is so dishonest with you.
Indeed.
We've taken the first step of changing that.
He nods. So, friend, I do appreciate this gift. I hope you'll let them know that, if they don't already.
He nods. You will get the chance to thank them yourself.
So the journey south continues. Let's see, this tile is, if I line this up, 1, 2, 3 is there. One, two, three. So one tile to the south takes 2 points of movement. Here you go.
Then we got one left on the 39th, I believe, which takes us neatly into the 40th.
Which doesn't matter, because it's not the
I know.
41st.
I know.
Yep.
But that means that we essentially have 4 points of movement on the 40th.
And it's also the last day that you have access to your...
Well, Alright. Lead us onward, Albatross.
All right. We should probably get in the river.
Probably, yeah. At least not going into the swamp. I'm pretty sure those take 3 movement per hex.
Yeah. 2.
Alright,
guess we can-
and that is the 41st.
Mm-hmm.
So we are at the start of a new bastion turn.
I would recommend we do this one, but I understand if we do not want to.
Going to the first of Dark Sun, or
Yeah.
doing the logistics of the bastion turn?
Yeah, go into the first of Dark Sun.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
If a
Are you all
combat
okay with
comes
that?
up, we can always just push that to next time. Dramatic,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Okay.
cliffhanger.
That sounds good to me. Yeah.
So let's
Why are some
do.
of these? Why is it? What is this blue?
Yeah. As you're looking out over the expanse, you see that on a few spots of the hills nearby that you're able to see, and a little bit further out on the mountain, although that one's probably only visible to Tefford, there's a few small outposts that are being constructed out here. There's a lot of, moving in industry, a few smoke burning fires as people have campfires, and the general sense of construction about over here.
Okay.
For such reasons, you are left to imagine.
Okay. So since it's the 41st, can I get exploration, threat, weather, and rations?
Exploration coming right up. That's that's the first time I think I've ever rolled a 1 on that.
Threat rolls.
But rules.
And actions. Ara.
The weather is cold and rainy.
I will continue guarding.
Golden.
I will take another study.
Okay. Chad. Study? Okay. I would like to once again try to gather.
Luck.
And
Do you have a tool
Albatross.
proficiency?
No. I got alchemist supplies, but I don't think that would work. I would probably need herbalism kit or something like that.
Do you
Mhm.
want if you want more supplies, do you want me to gather since I have herbalism supplies? And then you can study.
No,
to
studying
more-
is a big deal for you, at least until you get your tool proficiencies.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, baby.
Is it 12
And
or is it
Albatross.
13?
I shall gather as well.
Lothair, is it 12 or is it 13?
I'm gonna relook. For now, let's
It's
just say
2
12
rations for
since
each
we
one
don't know.
above.
I'll just say 12.
Ugh.
So that means I get 12 rations for the party?
Yes.
Wow, very nice.
I will update it.
Thank you. What check were you doing, Albatross?
What was that?
What check were you doing?
I was rolling for rations.
Okay. Oof.
Yeah.
Alright. And Ara, if you could roll that perception, please.
Oh boy.
Good luck. That's enough.
I think so, yeah.
Alright. Albatross, if you could lead us
That is
southward.
enough to not get
Yes.
ambushed, not to know
Mhm.
what might be happening.
Rolling our d6s.
You know what?
That
Not getting
takes us
ambushed.
to- Oh, yeah, D6s. That does take us to the 42nd, though, so...
Yeah.
Let me just... So, roll your D6s, everyone. Good thing I can't
Wow.
roll below average, so...
Oops. I love it when I forget to toggle the blind GM roll off.
Did you
It's
roll
okay,
5?
that is an 18.
Golden, did you study or did you?
I studied, yes.
Okay, so I just didn't know if I had to add the +1. Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh, did you also study?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
a 19.
yours is a 19, yeah.
That's big.
31.
Nice.
That gives me my glassblower's
32.
tools.
Wait, no, 31.
Yippee!
Makes me 2 out of 75 for. I was gonna do for writing, and or like in drawing and shit. The question is that
Draw calligrapher's tools. I can let you guarantee average on that.
Hold on. I want to add my first one before I. The question is what would be more? No, what would be best would be a forgery kit. That's the best thing for an all-encompassing writing and copying.
That's fair.
And
that also minimizes overlap.
Okay, 2 out of 75 for the forgery kit efficiency.
Albatross,
Yes.
seeing as your roll was a 1, would you mind rolling me a survival?
Uh-oh.
Sure.
Will we be surviving?
The best part of forgery is you don't have to understand what you're forging.
We will not be surviving.
Luckily, he's lucky.
Oh,
We will
I
be
saw the
surviving.
20.
No, it was originally a 1.
No, I know. But you're halfling, so.
Yep.
So
Halflings are
glad to
so
have
much
him
fun.
be the adventure lead.
For real.
There is no penalty.
Phenomenal.
Aside from
Part
the
of me is
absence
like-
of, good event.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, man, I should be a halfling one of these days. Their features are really good. And then the rest of me is like, but then I would have to play a halfling.
I'm playing a halfling in a campaign. It's so much
mean,
It's a lot
fun.
of fun.
Here's
I
the
don't-
thing. If you play a halfling, you roll 2s.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, more so, I don't like the fantasy of being a halfling.
I do.
I don't.
I
like
don't want
the
to be
aesthetic.
short.
I prefer.
Well,
to be
clearly,
a
I don't
whole
care
monk.
about being short.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I read The Hobbit too many times to not love what I'm doing right now.
You are basically the Bilbo of this party.
Halflings are
Person
allowed to be
skills.
the bravest.
If I'm gonna be a person, I'm gonna be a person. That's why I won't play an elf, and I won't play a dwarf. Well, maybe I'll play a dwarf. Actually, those have a unique enough.
Dwarfs
culture
are
to
based.
them.
Based where?
Based
Underground.
in
I'm looking
Mithril
for
Hall.
them right now. Would you please tell me?
Oh, okay.
Based in
point.
the underground.
Anyway, that's your first point of movement.
2.
Okay, and then we are on the 43rd. We have 4 points of movement.
43rd.
1. Hey, bananas. 2.
Hey, bananas.
Okay.
Jungle.
44th.
King of the Jungle.
1,
He'll hip and with it.
2. We should probably just stick to the planes for right now.
Yeah, probably. Is that 45th or 46th? 45th,
Oh, that was
okay.
that was 45th. And 1, 2. Oh, more bananas. 3.
Uh-oh, we're about to get banana locked.
46th. No.
1.
No,
not the bananas.
Is the jungle 2 or 3? I forget.
Two.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Marsh and mountains are the only two that are
It's the
3.
exact same as forest.
Well,
Just
technically that's not true. Marsh, mountains, and deep ocean are the only ones that are 3.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
They're
Alright,
very
so
similar to
47?
forest. They're just a little fruitier.
Yeah. They have their own temperature and they have their own encounters.
If I'm not mistaken, south is also the direction of the Kobold Warren, or was it north very far up the river?
It was very far south, yes.
Okay, it was south. I was correct.
What am I thinking if it was north?
There's only a bit of stuff that is north.
There was that, ruin that may or may not have existed, I think. That was to the north.
Right. Duh. North is the fucking Savage Kingdoms.
Yep.
Right.
No,
The only
no
things
shit.
that
Oh my
exist
god.
to the north or that are known are there's orc raiders and a few savage highly nomadic monsters, as well as a lot of rumors of the El Dorado type stories are about the plains up there. But of course,
Crazy
this
how-
statement is it's a bunch of plains, so surely you'd be able to find it easily.
Crazy how the Savage Kingdoms is Brevoy, and the far, far south is the River Kingdoms, and this is the Lost, or the whatever land.
This really is the Broken Lands.
Broken Lands, yeah.
Knock another one off
Damn.
H bingo. I
Damn.
guess.
Where are we at?
We really are kind of playing Kingmaker in D&D.
Except,
big is that fucking AH bingo board at this point?
Too big.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it's just incidental, and
Yeah.
I think better done in this setting.
Yeah.
Although I am curious as to how, if I'm not sidetracking us too hard, how this campaign would differ if it was built off of PF2E.
Mm-hmm. I'm
I feel like a
considering
lot of the
integrating
things
some
we
of the raw mechanical stuff, like the module, so that I can do better hex scroll stuff.
Yeah, I just feel like a
yeah.
lot of the things and systems you like and have manually implemented have systems in PF2E.
Yeah, like just being able to automate the movement and being like, hey, you get 3 movement points each turn, and you get to, and I get to assign hex values.
That said, one downside to Pathfinder is citrus head goblins.
Yeah,
I like
true.
their goblins. I think they're cute.
Listen, just because you use the Pathfinder system doesn't mean you need to use the Pathfinder world.
This is true. That said, one massive upside to Pathfinder, their kobolds are very creature.
I do like their kobolds.
Yeah.
Good kobolds.
Really like.
Anyway,
As you're
Going alright.
camping out tonight, wait, was
Yeah.
this a camp night?
We camped out in the
Okay.
out in the bananas.
As you camp out here, one of the things that you end up seeing later in the day, or very early in the morning, is you see fires to the southwest.
Hell yeah.
do we investigate?
Might as well.
All right.
Hopefully it doesn't prove to be above our pay grade.
Tavern, make sure you've got that armor on.
It does not come off if we're in the jungle.
Oh.
Do you take your armor off at night in the jungle, Kaio?
How else am I gonna get a good night's sleep? This is interesting.
Yeah,
By being
I do
alive,
like
usually.
the general ruling that light is the only kind of armor that you can keep on.
Yeah.
No,
You guys
no,
take
this
your
is
armor
Rainsinger and Rogue stay winning.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely
Actually,
uncomfortable.
Friend can still rest in his armor because
Yeah.
he's a
It's
Warforged, right?
integrated.
Yeah.
Rat can too,
Yeah.
because it's studded leather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
shit! I didn't realize you're wearing light armor.
It's just
I'm-
Kaio who needs his beauty sleep.
Listen, BBQ. Rat is wearing light armar because he has to wear light armor.
Oh right, because he physically can't carry anything heavy.
He has, like, what, 7 strength? 6 strength.
Something like that, yeah. So,
Right, I
BBQ.
forgot
Rat
how
will wear
noodly.
medium and heavy armor when he can make medium and heavy armor that's light enough for him to carry.
Or when he gets a few
Instead,
like,
like-
glyphs of anti-weight.
I do imagine that
instead
armor
of like
on him
plate armor
probably
being
would-
heavier than him.
I also imagine, or
It's
obviously not
probably
proportional
normally
because
gonna
of
be like
volume.
a quarter or a half, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be lighter, but like still.
What if
I'm wearing
we got-
ringmail.
I'd probably say half for balance purposes.
Oh, what'd you say, Golden?
What if we got a normal plate helmet and put a hole in the top of it, and then he could wear it?
Ooh!
True
Just
that.
take the can opener to the helmet to cut a hole in it.
It seems like a bad idea.
It seems like a phenomenal
What do you
idea.
mean? We're
I think
making a
Rat-
2-foot-tall tank.
I think
Here
Rat
for
should
it.
get a tower shield and strap it to his back, and then become a turtle and lay on the ground whenever
I
something.
think Rat
starts
should get a
to come
nuke
back
that
in.
I get to decide when goes off.
True that. They get claw.
Anyway, let's go investigate a forest fire. We are on the 47th, I believe? 48th?
Forest fire. I think you mean orcs in the jungle.
In Orcs in the Jungle.
Jungle.
Jorks.
Anyway, are we on the 48th?
Maybe.
I think.
When in doubt, also
JC.
48.
Okay. Alright. How far southwest? Is it like our adjacent hex southwest?
You are able
or...
to see it. You're not able to see like where it's coming from, but you're able to see the smoke. So it's probably one set hex out of vision.
Okay. Albatross?
Yes, southwest. 1, 2.
As you move there, you're able to see a lot clearer what the situation is. There, you make sure to keep your distance, and your barely good enough guard roll keeps you from making any stupid decisions. You're able to observe as a rather unreasonably significant amount of skeletons are performing a lot of cut and burn, slash and burn, and collecting a tremendous amount of wood and bringing it to the south in just massive convoys.
Looking to Hiraway, friend says, this should be reported.
I think we might not have to go too terribly far to report it. If I had to guess, they're likely trying to siege someone who we might find as an ally. Maybe the dwarves, maybe somebody else.
The Delmira, if I mean.
Unfortunately, I don't have the ability.
Go ahead.
I think, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to cast Ascending or something similar.
Rat mumbles under his breath as friend says Delmarev. Just repeats the word, irritated. Probably to no one else hearing the pronunciation difference. Rat is annoyed that it's being mispronounced.
Tefford, you would know that moving south is a dangerous move.
Yeah.
Moving south on this tile specifically.
I was about to say, like, we can skirt the edge here, right?
Right. They are traveling along that border between the grassland to your south and the jungles to the left.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we are certain we would like to avoid them.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
I would
Like
like
an
to live.
unreasonably significant amount of a variety of kinds.
Like an army. Like, we're not killing that.
Like army.
Really?
Yeah, we are approaching fucking Isengard, basically.
That's unfortunate.
No, I must think differently. Sorry, I was thinking if there's an army, there must be a supply chain.
It's
Yeah, but
skeletons.
these are undead.
The skeleton supply chain ends at their higher in commands.
The skeleton supply chain is all the replacement
All the
bones.
people they kill along the way.
Ooh, true.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
exactly.
The only thing that I was thinking is surely some of these skeletons will have been crushed under trees at some point. Surely there are spare skulls from fallen skeletons from the march.
Rat, no.
Listen,
Surely.
they gotta get their milk somehow.
Skeleton
Gotta strengthen the
man.
bones.
Calcium strength.
Anyway.
All right, that was our full move. So now we are now on 49.
Yep, so 49s. Yep.
1, 2, another one of these. Oh shit.
You are able to stop halfway through your movement and quickly move back up using your last movement as you get the general sense of what's actually going on there.
This is another
Necropolis, isn't
necropolis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And shit.
See.
It's a
it?
fucking
Interesting that
mountain.
all of them seem to be surrounded by deserts. It seems like the necrotic energy at each one.
is sapping the life out of the region.
Mm. Hiroi is actually going to make that
Cactuses,
observation.
apparently. Cactuses
Yeah.
are fine.
Yeah, he is very specifically going to make the observation that if they're massing here at this desert, that there's likely a necropolis and they're trying to wake up one of
Give me
the...
like 2 seconds. For some reason, this
okay.
isn't letting me place the other one. It's like hiding the other thing.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna place a new one.
Okay.
Anyway, continue. Or just
Yeah, so
the RP part.
if we make it back alive, we can report that it seems like any unusually desertified regions are likely home to necropoli.
I have no intention of dying here, so whatever we can do to ensure that, I'm happy with.
And we ensure that by not engaging with the army of skeletons.
Right.
There we go.
We are on a mission of diplomacy, not on a suicide mission.
Agree more.
Alright, so we're on the 50th.
1. Oh fuck. 2. Oh fuck.
Uh-oh.
Let's just
Well,
go southeast one more.
3. Oh fuck.
keep in mind, our
What's
sources told us mostly south and slightly east, and we are approaching full southeast at this point.
Yes, but this way we are further away from the skeletons when we rest for the night.
There's a group of skelling bones there. Also, what is that?
I think that might be leading us closer to where we have to go.
What is
Yeah, because that doesn't... I'm looking... I see the corner of a tile that I don't recognize.
Yeah. To the southwest.
Yeah.
And I think I see a sliver of blue. That might be a river.
We could be near a river. Yeah, okay. That was 50, right?
Yep. We are on the first of Dark Sun.
Mm-hmm.
And that...
Is it? Is that when you would like to stop?
That is when you suggested.
I would also suggest doing another, but I understand whenever you... It is up to you guys.
Do we want to do another?
I'm very torn right now because I do desperately want to see what that tile is.
But I'm EB Gleeby. My brain is rotted.
I am very tired.
Then just
It's a
for
good
the
cliffhanger.
just for the teaser, I have but one part that I will do, and that is the weather.
Ooh.
The first roll of this year's Dark Sun.
You roll another time manipulation exotic weather.
It is cold.
Again.
Damn it.
Wow, it's cold in winter!
Wow. The travel pace
Wow.
is -1, so you move 2 tiles each turn.
I'm totally fine leaving it off now then.
I hate it here so
I can't wait.
much.
I can't wait to move 2/3 of a mountain tile per turn.
Yep.
Luckily, we have hills before mountains.
And who knows, maybe that one to the south of it doesn't take 3.
Yeah, maybe that one to the south of it is like a water slide, and we get to move 5.
Yeah, maybe.
You also do have
Wouldn't that be
a
nice?
boat.
Yeah, but we have to get to the river.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's been real, gentlemen.
It's been a fun session.
This has been fantastic.
I am gonna go slip into a food coma. I'm gonna see you all later, unless there's anything else before I go.
There is not, only that in which I say thank you all for showing up, and I'm looking forward greatly to future exploration.
Absolutely.
Mostly, Chad, I just want to say, like, I could not be fucking happier with how the armor we made turned out.
Oh, hell
It's
yeah.
so fucking cool.
Peak is shit. And imagine, once we start getting more aspects and Rat starts getting more crafts under his belt, a rare item that is created. God forbid, a very rare item that is created. The thing I'm hyped about is this
creating an
demonstrates.
artifact.
This demonstrates how how
How powerful
cool
crafting is.
the rat gun can end up as well. Because like I already, so basically the way it works for anyone who is completely unaware is there's effectively a tiering system. It goes from tier 0 to tier 6. It started with all 5 of the pieces of the weapon at tier 0, and each individual piece has a requirement to reach the next tier. So to go from tier 0 to tier 1, you have to get 1 point in it, which will bring it to tier 1. To put a point into it, you need to use 1 crafting action and a certain number of gold, or for later ones, materials. And to go up, it also increases the points. So to go from 0 to 1, you need 1 point, but to go from 1 to 2, you need 2 points. So both the number of points and the cost of each point goes up, which is why free points get more and more valuable the further and further we get, but harder and harder to get, because I have to critically miss on harder things. I have just recently capstoned everything to tier 1, which has kind of like massively made this better.
If I had nickel every time I was in a campaign where there was a blue lizard whose primary mechanic was upgrading their weapon across multiple different sets of tiers, I'd have
Like,
2
this is-
nickels.
This is a +2 to hit weapon with the tier 1 set.
Oh,
I am
wow.
excited to see what the tier 6 set will be.
It's just gonna be fucking Caitlin's gun, isn't it?
It's gonna be under rail, is what it's gonna be.
Dude, honestly, an AP system for this weapon specifically would make so much more sense than D&D's fucking default action shit.
Yeah, I agree. But it would require calculations. Womp womp.
So much calculation and balance.
I will spoil exactly one part of it for you.
Okay.
Once you hit the tier 3 capstone, you need to decide which kind of route you want it to go, because you can no longer have it be a generalist firearm. You need to figure out
yes.
what specifically it is going to be.
That is exciting, because that signals to me that you are thinking about branching paths of firearms, and that makes me cool.
Right.
That makes me smile.
Are you planning on trying to be long-range support? Are you planning on trying to turn it into something that's shorter range and more suppressive? Are you trying to turn it into something that just is going to say, screw the economic side of things. When we're in battle, I want to win the battle, right?
I want to fire out 800 rounds in
legalized
3
nuclear
seconds.
bombs.
It costs 12,000 GP to fire this gun for 5 rounds.
We shall see. I'm excited. All of this is exciting, and I'm really going to try and focus more of my Bastion turns on pumping into it, because I'm realizing now, like, even the tier 2 capstone I'm excited for. Because, like, all of the tier pieces, don't get me wrong, they're interesting and they're good and they make me look forward to them. Because, like, just the action one, like, effectively doubled my potential Nova in letting me multi-attack. But, like, the capstones, those are the things that I'm like, grrr.
Alright, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone. Thank you all for being
Fantastic
here. And I look forward to seeing you, not next week, but probably the week before. The 19th work for everybody?
19th should work for me, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Superb. See you there.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
JC, but
Adios.